Hey guys, new year, new us. If you have big plans for the new year, like starting your own business or launching a website for your own business or personal life decisions, whatever you crazy kids are doing, make sure that you choose Squarespace, where they can make it easy to turn your idea into a unique website. You can showcase your work, publish content, sell products and services of all kinds, all in just a few clicks. So head over to squarespace.com to start your free trial today. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ, that's READ, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Let them know that we sent you, and let's move on.
Hey guys, today's podcast is also brought to you by Tracker. With the new Tracker Pixel, you'll never have to worry about losing your things again. Tracker Pixel is the lightest Bluetooth tracking device on the market. It's small enough to fit anywhere. And with Tracker's 30-day money-back guarantee, you really have nothing to lose. Kind of wish I had one when we went to Barbados, because lost some things. But you know, you can do better than me. Save 20% off your order when you go to thetracker.com/theread. That's the TRACKR.com/theread. And let's start the show.
Maybe I'll eat your cornbread. Already easy. Like, I really could stop right there.
You're right. What a line that is. What a famous black line.
Motherfucker, you can't have my cornbread. That's for damn sure.
That's right.
You try to take my cornbread, part 2 of my killing spree gonna begin right in here on your ass.
Yes.
You even think about my cornbread, you better get the taste out your mouth. That's for damn sure. Now, I haven't seen this in such a while.
How
I might watch this
identifiable.
Obviously a black film.
Obviously.
Classic.
I don't think white people have ever beefed over cornbread like that.
True.
So.
Well, some of the,
yeah,
inner whites.
Well, maybe some of the countryer whites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flyover state whites.
Yeah.
What
a great movie that is.
Mind-blowing cast. Well,
is it
for Negroes?
Is
like
it
classic niggas.
Is Martin Lawrence in this movie?
Martin Lawrence is in the movie.
Okay, so I am right about it then. It's the one where he and old boy are in jail.
He and old boy are in jail. I'm going to just give it to you because that's correct.
Thank you. What is it called?
It's Life.
Life.
Martin Lawrence,
Yes.
Eddie Murphy.
I do remember several great lines from that movie, including that one and the one about nigga pies.
Yes, nigga pies. That's a fantastic movie.
It is.
Really, really.
But I have not seen it in a long
time.
So I'm totally blanking on who else was in it.
Okay. Bernie Mac.
Oh, damn.
Anthony Anderson.
I should just go home and watch it.
Oh, my God. So many.
I say that
so many of my favorite comedians I grew up are in that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Well.
All right. Well, welcome to 2018, ho.
Hey, guys. First show of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
We're back live in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting through here. We've got...
We're doing our very best.
First of all, I have been attacked quite recently by an ill-timed and audacious viral infection. I'm guessing the flu.
Audacious.
I don't have time for this. I don't deal with being sick well, but I'm here with my tea. Mm-hmm. And I'm ready to spill tea.
Well, I'm sorry you don't feel well. I actually have not gotten sick at all this winter, which is quite new for me.
I don't even know how people do that.
I stay getting sick. But my doctor was like, why don't we try the flu shot this year? And I was like, doesn't the flu shot make people sick? And he was like, aren't you sick all the time? So I was like, okay, so you're just going to be logical. But I had the flu shot and I think it helped. Like, I think it's a big part of the reason why I haven't gotten sick yet.
Fuck that.
So... Every time I tell a black person, I'm like, for real, y'all, I feel good this winter. They're like, no, nah.
I don't give a fuck how many times Walgreens and the rest of them motherfuckers. Leave me alone.
I'm just saying, I'm watching everybody else deal with the bullshit. For once, I am healthy.
Even like needles.
But it's nothing. I also do not. My mama used to bribe me. She would give me $5 if I would take a shot instead of getting a prescription pills filled, because she would be like, I do not want to sit here.
It's all the money I'm saving.
Watch
that's
you.
$5.
Right. Just get the fucking shot. But that's how much I hate needles. It is nothing. It's like a pinch and it's over.
Getting sick on purpose?
But I didn't, that's what I'm saying, I did not get sick. I had the shot and I did not get sick. And I have not gotten sick since I had the shot. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's coincidence because I get sick all the time. I mean, y'all know this.
Not into it. I'll take my chances.
Okay. All right. Well, I tried.
So welcome back, guys. I am Claude Kelly.
Ooh, and I am Viola Davis. Did you hear about How to Get Away with Scandal?
Let's just dive into Black excellence.
Some good news in the new year.
So, first of all, Shonda Rhimes did go ahead and let the cat out of the bag on that one, and it showed like a piece of a script where
right.
Olivia Pope and Annalise Keating meet for the first time. And this is something that we have talked about as a social media community and fans of TGIT for quite some time.
Yeah,
it's
been several seasons now that we're like, Annalise and it has to.
Why?
Annalise and Olivia. I need Annalise to cuss Olivia out.
Yeah, I want them to like hate each other bitterly.
Yeah, I want it to be like this bitch. Oh, who this black bitch?
Right.
Like,
it needs to happen.
Because the way they can come for other people, like to watch black women hone that and turn it on each other, like before they come together for whatever greater
and be
good,
like,
I don't know. But
both of us drunk, both of us like. Doing everybody's work for them, burying bodies.
I was so excited. Now I'm so ready just to see how they're going to mix these two together.
Shout out to them for making it happen right before Scandal's about to end too. Because
this is like last chance. This is you have to do it this season because it ain't going to happen. Otherwise, so yeah.
Shmurda has been so good.
Shmurda has been. I sit up like I am watching my stories. Like, yes, it's time for my program.
It's just been fantastic.
I love it.
So thanks to Shonda and Peter and everybody over there.
Everybody involved over, yes.
Making that happen.
Thank you guys so much for that.
Also on the list for Black Excellence, one by the name of Julia Nepper from North Carolina is famous because she started attending community college at the age of 12 years old in Wilmington. Recently received her PhD from the University of Wisconsin at the age of 23. I read that her PhD...
Wow. Holy shit.
I read that she had a STEM PhD in biochemistry.
I guess I did not know you could get. Of course, you can get a PhD in biochemistry.
I don't know.
There's no reason I would have ever known that.
I can spell PhD, but that's just.
I can spell biochemistry too.
I have friends with them.
Probably right. I have friends who have PhDs, and I claim their doctorhood by association. But 23 years old and has already done that. Wow, holy shit.
She said most of the people I've met in my life could have done what I did if they had the right support. I don't follow my parents pushing me with regards to my education. Clearly, I could handle it and it worked. So they must have done something right.
I love that.
Stand up in it.
I love that she thinks the rest of us could have done it too if only we had those parents. Like, sorry, I would have been your flop sibling who was never, ever going to be
Absolutely,
you.
girl.
I would have been the one where they're like, oh, we have this one. Why can't you be like Julia?
I'd be like, fuck.
Because that bitch has her master's degree and she's 17 years old. The fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Excuse me if I wanted to, like.
Yeah, no. Think I just would have been regular regardless. But shout out to you.
And win love by daylight at 12. That's what I was doing.
I definitely would have sounded about as dumb as Sailor Moon next to this girl as a sister.
I also read today that Essence is black owned again.
I saw that and I didn't understand the statement. I didn't like the words. I think were too complicated for me to get. Like what I read from them, I was like, I don't. So they own part of it, or they bought back.
Essence Communications Inc. The 47. I'm reading this from theroot.com. FYI, the 47-year-old multi-platform brand that owns Essence Magazine and the annual Essence Festival has gone back to black ownership, having been acquired by Essence Ventures LLC, an independent African-American owned company. Essence Ventures announced in press release.
Who owns Essence Ventures?
Founded and chaired by, oh God, I'm going to say somebody's name wrong. Richelieu Dennis?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh.
He's also the founder of Shea Moisture.
Is he French? Because
maybe. You would know more than I would.
I mean, that name looks really French.
I couldn't catch it.
Okay, so it's a black man.
Maybe he's from Haiti?
Yeah, he very easily could be from Haiti. So he's the founder of Shea Moisture, but of course Shea Moisture sold to Unilever because they ended up being part of a read a few months back.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Well, I am happy to see Essence go back to Black ownership, and apparently the executive team consists entirely of Black women. So
Black women need like a jingle.
I'm just totally.
Every time someone says Black women, let's just have
there
somebody
should be like
say, "Getting it done." Doing what you hoes can't. Doing what you hoes want. Who should sing it? Fantasia?
I love that. Ooh, I was thinking Patti LaBelle, but
fair.
Isn't Fantasia just a younger Patti LaBelle?
That's true too. That is true too.
I hear it. Okay, well, this is great news. Congrats. I guess I'm keeping my fingers crossed about that. It looks good though.
This week in Hot Tops and the Pips.
Sure.
First of all, okay, so lots of things going on since we've been away. First thing I wanted to bring up was this conversation of SZA's The Weeknd video. So did you see the video?
Of course I did.
Okay, great.
I had to.
I mean, I was going to watch it anyway.
Right. No, of course I was. I have to say it was exactly what I expected, and I was surprised it wasn't what y'all expected.
Everything I wanted to say right there.
I was like, this is about to be.
As soon as they said
it.
Okay, so SZA's putting out a video. Solange is directing it. I was like, oh, okay, so we're getting wide shots.
Right. We're getting like, choreography in the field. We're getting outfits for your ass.
Completely random but relatable backgrounds. Yes. Like, I knew it. I just knew that she was going to be like doing the moonwalk in a bowling alley.
Body.
Or something like that. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the problem was, but from what I saw, a lot of the comments, I guess people expected it to be like a more literal video, being that it is like a song about, you know, talking to some girl who's dating the same nigga as you or whatever, I guess. And telling them
from the different perspective of different women. So I guess people just wanted to see that part of it. I mean, I guess just they wanted to see literally anything that reflected the lyrics more than Solange's vision did.
So to those people, first of all, I'm assuming that most of y'all either just became SZA fans over this last album.
Maybe that's
or
it.
Maybe the only SZA song that you know is The Weeknd. Because I would then ask you, have you ever watched a SZA video?
Well, that's another really good question. Because if you have, again, this video does not shock you.
Even videos from just this piece of work.
It's like
wasn't there some random nigga floating over a toilet in the video for Drew Barrymore? And niggas still don't know how he did that?
I think the fact that they actually just got Drew Barrymore to be in that video was like, wow, okay, that's crazy. But like, this is SZA's style with Solange like influence and imprint all over it. It was exactly what I thought they were going to put out. So when niggas was like, what the fuck is this? Hippie bitch dancing by herself out of nowhere. I was like, do you know Solange or SZA?
Like, have you heard of either one of these niggas?
Like, don't that sound like the type of shit that bitches would do?
I was so confused.
I was really confused.
Like, did you even watch like a Cranes in the Sky video?
Right. I'm like, okay, if it was a Cardi B video, fine. Right. We all have questions. But what? Yeah. I think people just wanted to see some fine niggas and some hoe activity and that sort of thing. But no, I didn't. I just didn't expect anything other than what I got. And I enjoyed it.
I did too. I think that she's she's like hiding wings. I think she's a fairy.
SZA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that she like just tucks her little wings in. And then when she's ready to fly off, she probably does.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
So I have not seen Bright yet. I did not watch Bright because, first of all, I cherish Will Smith with every part of my heart.
I understand that.
Him being a part of Instagram has been one of the greatest things to happen to Instagram in a minute.
I agree. He's really cute on Instagram.
I saw that in the trailer. I heard that line in the trailer and I was like, oh no.
It took me a couple of days to get through about an hour of the movie.
Oh, wow.
I had to keep,
because it's bad or offensive?
Because it's so poorly written that it's difficult to sit through.
I heard it's written or like produced by the same people who did the Suicide Squad movie, which I'm sure you never saw. But if you are saying it's poorly written, then that explains it to me.
Well, it's from somebody called Trigger Warning Entertainment, and I was like, that can't be good.
Suicide Squad was, although I enjoyed a lot of it, was horribly written.
Yeah,
like
this
just
is
the
really
lines.
Badly. Fairy lives don't matter
That's
today.
stupid.
It's really bad. It's basically, I'm not going to spoil it, mostly because I don't remember any real details that would spoil the plot for you. Cool. But I guess in this new future, the human race pretty much gets along for the most part, but there are orcs now, and I don't remember where the orcs came from. Maybe I didn't get that far in the movie. But I guess at one point they tried to take over, and now everybody's supposed to peacefully coexist, but like humans don't really fuck with orcs like that. And so orcs are basically the new niggas. And they drive this point home by like the one orc on the police squad nobody wants to fuck with or go out with, which is why Will Smith is the one who gets stuck being his partner.
The nigga.
Right. The actual nigga.
Okay.
So, but then when they are like driving around the city or whatever, the orcs are hanging out in groups with gold chains and jerseys. Or there's like a single mother orc with her kids and an orc getting beat by police and Will Smith turning and being like, are you an orc first or a cop first? I need to know. It's like, oh, it's so bad. Wow. It is so bad. I started it over on New Year's. I made Asante watch it and he made it about 28 minutes before he was like, if you don't turn it off, I'm leaving. So that was going to be my read this week, but I just got it all out now and I feel a lot better. Bright was awful. It was so bad. But again, I didn't finish it. Maybe it got better. People kept telling me, stick with it. It's not so bad. No, it is so bad.
When I watched the trailer for it, I was mostly impressed by what seemed to be like a big budget for a Netflix film. Like it seems like a almost like it would be a blockbuster film.
I was surprised it
like
didn't
a
come
summer
out
thing.
In theaters.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't expect Will Smith to be like a straight to Netflix type of movie.
Maybe
star.
that's what it is.
I think that's so. That threw me off. I was just like, what? Why is Will Smith in this?
Because they paid him a bunch of money.
I mean, but the script is. You know what? Don't let me discourage you. Maybe you will.
I'm gonna watch it anyway. I mean, I have Netflix.
Somebody tweeted me and was like, "I love this movie. I don't care what you woke niggas got to say." And I was like, "That's fine." Also, you can have it. Maybe I don't know. I don't think it's a question of being too woke. I think it's a question of I just really like for scripts and dialogue to make sense and flow naturally and like not be aggressively terrible. And
I don't know why, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but it almost reminds me of because I haven't seen it. It almost reminds me. Did you see Zootopia?
Yes, and so somebody else was like, you should watch Zootopia because it's a better done version of this.
Right. Zootopia was a bit different, I think, probably in the way that it delivered that message or whatever, because I wept. Like I
loved Zootopia, and I saw the ways that people would be like, "This is problematic," and this and this. I'm like, I get that, but overall, I think they delivered on the message they were trying to put out. And
I mean, I didn't see like any hyenas walking around in like
it was
Fashion Nova.
It was at least tolerable to watch.
Okay. Like
this Zootopia is at least if you take all the rest of it out and you're just following the story, this is pretty interesting. Like you want to know what's going to happen to these niggas. Like with the little bunny, she just out in her big city trying to make shit happen. You know what's going to happen to her. It is something that you want to continue to look at, even if you don't necessarily like the message. Bright, I could not sit through. It was just that bad.
All right.
So I forgot what we were talking about.
You know what? It doesn't even matter. Okay. Let's move on to... So, Coachella has officially released the schedule or whatever for their festival that is happening on... April 13th to like the 22nd. But they do these in weekends. So, it's like one weekend.
Oh, right. And then another weekend.
The following weekend.
Right.
So... Headlining is The Weeknd, which, I mean, if I wanted to go to bed, I could just be at home.
Don't do that.
Eminem, same. And then, of course, right smack dab in the middle is Beyonce, who was initially booked to do Coachella last year, if you remember, but then decided not to because she was carrying gifts.
Sir, and we were like, not this time.
Actually, no. You won't.
We're gonna stay at home, Beyonce. You could go next year.
Lots of other interesting people on here. I see SZA. I see.
Yeah, the lineup looks really good for the most part.
I liked Miguel's new album.
Oh, okay.
Cardi B is performing up here. She's got one of those names that aren't as big as the headliner, but like you know how they do like the size of the name.
Oh yeah, that's very deliberate.
Via like
so that you know
importance,
right? Who is whom, and then your faves might be down there at the very fucking bottom. But bitch, they have stage.
Like they're always lit though. Like the little names are the ones you really should look at because their names get bigger every year.
And I'm always proud of the more of the small names that I can recognize, the prouder I am of myself. Like okay,
like Chloe and Halle is right here on the same, obviously the same chunk as Beyonce, and their name is super like small.
Well,
it's among the tiny
comparatively,
ones.
It is what it is.
Well, yes, but I mean, obviously, I love their new song for the Grownish show, which comes on tonight.
Oh yeah, I have my DVR set because I'm certainly gonna miss that if we stay in this studio too late.
Who else do I know among these tiny names?
Yeah, I know I wasn't going to Coachella though. That's too much.
Yeah, I'm not
things
doing
I can't handle, but I'm sure it's gonna be streaming on something.
Exactly, they stream it. So whatever announcements I need to know about, everything will be taking place on the internet, and I can keep sand out of my shoes or whatever, and wipe people out of my face.
Unless somebody rich wants to invite me to like their private on-site bungalow or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the extremely wealthy, I don't know what their options look like, but if somebody wants to invite me to do that, then fine. But if I have to just be out there with musty high white people like the rest of y'all, you can't forget about it.
I won't be doing any of that.
Oh no, especially the weekend, whenever the weekend is on stage, whatever day that is, just stay away from that whole general area. It's going to be a lot going on. Shooting up just right there.
I feel like there's probably crack like in just the drinks. Like the stuff, like it probably comes with complimentary.
They just have boxes of Coke. We're just gonna line it up on somebody's
Did you get your Coke at the front? No, I didn't want any Coke.
It's a line to get in. Like you just have to. Ugh, no. I'm too old. I'll stay home.
So, any predictions? Are we getting a medley?
Okay, I was going to say, let's not do this because I don't care about the rest of those girls. But you were talking about people. I'm like, I don't care to try to imagine what them bitches are going to do.
Let's keep it real.
Okay, so this Beyonce. So first, let me ask you, do you think we're getting a new album before this event, yes or no?
No.
I don't either. Although it would make a lot of sense if she did. She loves to do things to just not
know anymore.
She just loves to just not. So, okay. I was kind of hoping you would say yes. So I could be like, okay, then it'll be like mostly old stuff, but with probably the newer at the very beginning. I don't know. But
I feel Beyonce music in the air this year. This is April. Before Coachella.
An album?
I don't know. Maybe a song.
Maybe like how she did Grown Woman and had Grown Woman out for like 9 months and then finally put the album out.
Right.
And then we were like, so
or even
this is
Formation.
What you were doing? Right. So maybe we will get like...
Maybe we'll get like a song or a visual that's giving you like what to expect, what to anticipate in terms of this era.
Yeah.
And then she will perform like older stuff, maybe the new song, gag you with an extra new song on stage. And then like in terms of all of the money that I'm giving her, I think that will take place after Coachella.
I just feel like anytime I try to make predictions about Beyonce, she's like, ha, 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 ha.
Exactly.
Your feeble minds.
I think that Beyonce
never fathom.
Starts each era like, what do these hoes think I'm about to do? So I could do.
So let me fuck that
something
up.
else.
Right.
So whatever we're saying,
No, whatever we're saying is going to be a lie, and so it won't happen. But fingers crossed. Anyway, I think we will get. She does love a montage of her perfect family and how gorgeous her kids are and all that. So maybe we'll get some shots of the twins.
Yeah.
Just rolling around or something.
Maybe
or Blue Ivy being her natural boss self around them, something like that.
Or having like, breast milk with gold flakes in it.
Gross. That That visual is so
That's pretty
like,
nasty.
just the thought of trying to pass breast milk with golden flakes in it through your
Yeah,
titties.
put it on them
Like,
afterwards.
oh,
Just
right.
add a dash
No, you
of-
just dump them in like sprinkles.
Yeah.
No, of course. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, I missed this. Mariah Carey decided that she was going to perform for New Year's again after, last year when
That
she
disaster.
appeared on stage.
She did go on stage. Did she do anything else once she realized things weren't going very well? No, she did not.
No.
She just completely stopped.
She stopped.
But yeah, by the time I remembered she was performing, I changed the channel and everybody was like, wow, Mariah Carey, great performance. Mariah Carey, that was so dope. And I was like, so I literally just missed it. So I didn't see it at all.
I saw like clips of some of it. And it sounded perfectly fine. Like it wasn't. I know that she had some moment where she said something about like I was promised hot tea or something like that.
Oh,
Or something, which again is just a Mariah-ism.
Mariah moment.
That you take them when you can.
That
because they're
should
golden.
happen. Right. There's nothing wrong with Mariah being like, I know I put hot tea on my writer and yet I'm up here and I don't.
First of all, I'm Mariah.
First of all.
Secondly, it is 2 degrees out here.
Okay. Right. It is cold as shit.
All I have on is a beautiful gown approved by Aretha and a fur.
So
The
one
least
of you niggas
y'all could do
go find my tea.
is blanch a tea. Hot water.
Right. It's the bare minimum. I'm not asking for too much. I'm Mariah fucking Carey, and I'm the one out here. So that is fine. Just standing on stage and being like, I ain't doing nothing else. That is what's not okay. So all she had to do was not that, and niggas was gonna fall all over themselves because she's Mariah. So,
Period.
Right.
I mean, either way, she was going to get a hand clap from me because you actually stood outside.
I wasn't
Not
going to.
only outside, but outside in one of the most hellacious places on earth, which is Times Square,
New York.
in that horrendously cold weather.
No, I could not have done it. So
I don't even think I would have given a fuck what came out of her mouth. If I was really going to Times Square to see Mariah Carey in that weather, it was just to lay my eyes on her
Mariah Carey,
in person.
right.
That's it. I wouldn't give a
it
fuck
would have
about
sounded
what
like
you...
whatever, and it wouldn't even really matter because nobody else is going to be out there all damn day in the cold. Like, that's the thing. Going to town, you can't just pull up to Times Square at like 10:30 and be like, all right, time for the show. Like, you got to be down there by 11:30 in the morning, noon at the latest, and stand all fucking day. So... But go
And
Mariah.
like I said, she continuously gets a pass for me because she's Mariah. What she did in her prime, most of these hoes could never do.
Exactly, which is why I laugh at her shenanigans, really. They cute to me.
You earned it. You fucking earned it.
They are
sis.
cute to me, yeah.
All right, let's get into the bad. I think most of the rest of this is trash.
Okay.
So first off, do you remember not too long ago, a few years back, Keisha Cole was dating Birdman.
Yes, I do remember that.
And she went over some girl's head when she found this woman in Birdman's home.
Right.
In Beverly Hills in the middle of the morning. Night.
I do remember this. She attacked that woman.
Apparently beat this hoe's ass.
Yeah.
The girl pressed charges, I believe. And now Keisha Cole is being ordered to pay her. Oh, she was Birdman's assistant.
Oh, wow.
I remember she said nothing happened, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. But she's ordered to pay the girl $100,000. Originally, that's down from $4 million.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which I didn't know that this girl was asking for that
Shout
much
out to
money,
the judge for being realistic about what Keisha Cole could actually give you.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
$4 million, you're going to be waiting as long as that bitch that got her ass beat by the brat.
Absolutely. And she's disfigured. This isn't even funny.
That's probably why right, I'm not laughing at that, but that's probably why she got so much.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, you've made permanent damage to the girl that you've done.
To her face at that.
How stupid would you feel if you beat a bitch ass and she wasn't even fucking your man, though?
Right.
I can't.
And now you have to pay her
$100,000.
$100,000.
Every time you write out that check.
I hope that at least allowing Mona to exploit your ass for a couple of weeks last year could pay for that.
Right. I hope it did. And maybe she saw this coming and was like, you know what?
Right.
Maybe she on did. Love and Hip Hop and make some extra money real quick.
Maybe she did. That, bitch. That explains that. It does. Maybe that's what happened. Mona came to you and was like, so I know you whooped that whole ass, so I know she's coming to get
something. And we all know it. She knows it. And the judge knows it as well. So you need some of this money or not, girl?
So what the fuck's it gonna be?
And you did what you had to do. There's nothing wrong with that.
She said, I changed my mind.
I would feel like a total fucking dumbass beating somebody's ass and she wasn't even fucking my man. Damn, Keisha, $100,000.
Sucks. I was gonna say it sucks to have money, but I don't even know how much money these girls have. It sucks to have any, I guess, tiny little form of recognition because you
cannot fight no more. That's the thing. You can't have nothing. If you you don't even have to be rich. You just have to be somebody that other people recognize, and that's the line where you cannot fight no more.
Oh yes, give me
because niggas normally, if you got your ass beat by an anonymous bitch, you would just take that L and go home.
Right.
You might post about it in the group chat and might not.
Right.
But Keisha Cole, even if she don't have $3 to her name, if Keisha Cole fights you, all the blogs are going to know about it.
Absolutely.
I'm sending an email and a picture of my bruises to the shade room before I even leave this house.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to get paid one way or another. So, I mean, Keisha, I don't have no more advice for her because she knows how she acts and she been knowing she need to grow the hell up. So.
Well,
fighting
all
over
the best.
Birdman.
At that.
So you fighting over a nigga, the nigga not gonna give you $100,000 to take care of your little legal bill that you got into fighting behind him? When I tell you that I'm
coming to the house. Hey, Tony. So, nigga, it's gonna be $100K.
Don't fight behind a nigga who won't bail you out or pay your legal fees or pay for your attorney. That's not a man worth fighting over. It's not. Sorry.
Next in line. Oh, speaking of niggas.
You were right, there is a lot. And is it only going to get worse from here? It's just like continuously
it's pretty
worse news. Okay.
Just awful for the rest.
All right.
So Cardi B has been having a great year.
She did.
She did have a great 2017. And so, of course, that unleashes lots of angry bitches into your life.
A lot of haters.
To see you lose.
Right.
Like DJ Khaled said, they want to see you broke. They want to see you unhappy. They want to see you lose.
Yep.
So I guess what they did to Cardi B was either hack her phone. I'm assuming Offset's phone.
No, it's Offset's iCloud.
Okay. So they broke into Offset's iCloud and leaked some footage of Cardi B naked and B Offset in some hotel with a naked bitch that is not Cardi B.
Right. Some other beyond beautiful girl.
Right. So this was from like way back, I think in September or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the month prior to them getting engaged.
Right.
Also around the time, I believe, where Cardi went on her IG Live to say that she was dumping the niggas and blah, blah, blah. And then came back around and was like, he stole my blanket and I just don't play about my things. Whatever.
Okay, girl.
So that happened. And of course, people who hate Cardi B, 98% of them are just Nicki Minaj fans, were having the greatest time with that.
Well, because her getting engaged pissed him off. Pissed off a lot of people who feel like strippers don't deserve love. Cardi B don't deserve a nigga as great as Offset. Don't really get the logic there. But just feeling like Cardi B is a hoe, so she don't deserve no happiness or nothing good in life. So it was going to be a lot of people hating. So when the videos and stuff came out, the pictures and all that, I was like, I expected this, honestly. I expected somebody to try to hate on you and throw salt on the shit you have because they were mad at you doing well. It didn't really surprise me.
They loved Cardi B when she was just a loud, ghetto, thoughty bitch.
When her teeth was fucked up.
Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Because she was just like the rest of y'all angry hoes. And she was on TV embarrassing herself.
Right.
And we look at Love and Hip Hop and a lot of that shit is joking. So it's not a big deal because that's what she deserves to them.
Right. So she could be the queen of nigga shit. But once she started crossing
started rapping and put out like a couple of them little mixtapes. Yeah, it was still fine.
Her mixtapes and shit was still hood
like, oh,
shit.
Cardi B, this is cute. I wasn't surprised. I didn't know that this was gonna be. And when it wasn't shit, it was just That Plies remix and Gangsta Bitch Music or whatever the fuck that mixtape
Volume was 1 and 2.
2 volumes.
There might be 3.
Maybe. Who knows?
I have to Google it.
But as soon as she got this #1 record and
Bodak Yellow got bigger and bigger,
Grammy nominations,
and
now she in a relationship with a like equally famous trap rapper,
right?
And
somebody you could realistically see is on her level, professionally.
Yes. Now niggas are mad.
Christian Siriano is dressing her now. She ain't got to wear Fashion Nova, but she still do.
Of course, she's Cardi B.
But she's also like on red carpets and going to the Diamond Ball and shit, looking like a fucking Dominican Cinderella.
That's the thing, and that's another thing I feel like it confuses me. Like when I be seeing these posts about Cardi B, like arguing with random hoes on Instagram and talking about where in the Bronx pull up, you can get these hands, all that stuff, and people will be like, she's so ghetto and childish and loud and blah blah blah. Like,
right.
Yeah,
that is the whole appeal of Cardi B.
Why y'all like her.
That's why we like her, right?
She had crazy followers and shit like that even before she was on Love and Hip Hop for that very reason. Now all of a sudden, and she just got out the hood in the strip club. What would make you think that now all of a sudden
she just got some money?
She gonna be at Prince Harry's wedding? Well, she might be at Prince Harry's wedding.
Okay, now I'll fucking die if she's at Prince Harry's wedding because that's too much. I feel like they could have been like, "Now wait, Megan, I know you could say you could." We said you could bring whoever you wanted to, but girl,
where she throws that ass in a circle in the Queen's lap.
You know what?
I just want for her to twerk in the Queen real like one time.
Okay, so I don't share those same dreams, but I don't. When people complain about Cardi B being ghetto, it's like you must just have met Cardi B. You actually haven't met her, or like listen to any of her songs, or like you're not aware of her presence on TV or social media or nothing, because that is who she is. Cardi being a hood rat or whatever is not the problem. My issue with Cardi B is, first of all, I don't think she's handling her fame very well. I think she's still right. So I think she needs to learn how to interact with the public, which does not mean acting fake or being white or none of that people think it means. It just means like learning how to interact with people when you have a public and a fan base and niggas know who you are, but you don't know who they are. Like you just kind of have to adjust the way that you deal with people.
I would give Cardi
she's not there yet.
Like advice I would give any other person on Instagram with some fame, which is, you can log off, right?
You got to log off.
Like you're allowed to keep things to yourself.
You're allowed to not read the comments. You are. Definitely. You don't have to check every single thing you're tagged in. You can turn your notifications off. That'll go a long way. She
responded to the videos leaking and said, I still put the pussy on Offset, which is a reference to her. No. Like, girl.
Who doubted it?
And even at a concert, she said to the crowd, like, I let that nigga know if you do that shit again, you're going to lose your wife. Like, so that for me was when I was like, okay, Cardi.
All right.
Cardi.
Here we go.
You don't have to talk, like, you don't have to address anything.
Right.
None of this.
You don't have to explain staying to him.
Your job, as of today, as of right now, is to make rap music. What people are paying for from you is your rap music and possibly, a couple of looks and like a live show, things of that nature.
Right.
Nobody is spending money to know what the fuck is going on between you and Offset. And even if I was like a big Cardi B fan or a big Offset fan, I mean, they're cool, you know what I mean? But even then, I wouldn't be like, what is going on? Why you still with that nigga? Da, da, da. Like, you can keep this to yourself. Even with that bullshit leaking and people finding out that nigga cheated on you, you saying, I'm still gonna put the pussy on him, so what's up? That could have been it if you had to say anything.
Right. It's like, but the fact that
I'll let that nigga know.
I feel like she
don't care.
Does the most to try to make us feel like it's so, like she's trying to convince us that she's not being a bird or whatever by staying with him. But it's like, so many women do stay with niggas who cheat on them that I don't understand.
Shit to you.
Including the ones like you're quoting Beyonce talking about if you do it again, you go lose your wife. So it's like so many women have been in your shoes. I don't think you need to feel any type of way about, oh, well, I need to explain to y'all why I'm doing it. It doesn't. I don't care. Like, the fact that you try to make it seem like cheating ain't no big deal and what I'm gonna do, just leave a nigga and start all over just for somebody else to cheat on me. That's where I'm like, okay, girl, like, what the fuck is you going through? Because to me, that sounds like you just settling for a nigga who cheats because you feel like you ain't never gonna find nothing better than that, which is sad. But still, ultimately, your business. So if you want to stay with Offset because he spends lots of money on you and he dropped $500,000 on your finger, so bitch suck my dick, then just go ahead and do that. But just let that be it, girl. Like, we don't have to hear about you threatening this nigga over losing his wife when you're not even his wife. You're not even that. So, all right. I don't know.
Hope to finding peace in your blue bubbles this year.
Right. It's like, why do your fans need to agree with the decisions you make? And I think, again, that's just part of the she don't know how to let them niggas be fans and have their opinions without jumping into it to make sure people see it her way or clarify. Well, like, girl, fuck, let them niggas think what they want to think.
That's for everybody. You can keep your shit to yourself. You the one with 3
songs in the top 10 at one time. Let them hoes talk. That's the part she has to get through her head.
Hopefully she does eventually.
Yeah.
So... for the new year, Escape had a concert in Atlanta, I believe.
I already am. All right.
Tamar and Monica are still the opening acts for this Escape show. Which I wouldn't.
Tamar. I'm very weary already if this is going in a Tamar direction.
I personally would want to see Monica last.
Yeah.
Like if I had to be at this show.
If I had to be at the show, I would rather see Tamar, Escape, Monica.
Like, that's the order I would do.
But I understand it's Escape show. So.
Honestly, like, Tamar, Escape, Zanique, Monica.
Oh, you ain't shit. You ain't right for that.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, I think I would put Zanique right before her mama. It's kind of rude. To build that child after her mama, but I see what you're saying because personally, Monica speaks more to me as an artist, her discography. Like I was just, Monica was around the time that I was like actually dating and having crushes on people and shit like that. Escape, I was still a little bit too young, but knew all they songs. Anyway.
And Monica has her longevity.
Yeah.
Is different.
Right, it is.
Because they started hating each other like way before. They didn't really get a full chance.
Fell apart kind of right before they had the chance to really hit their full potential. So, but it is still their tour. So you can have whoever opening in whatever order you want.
So Tamar is an opening act. Keep in mind that Vincent Herbert is currently Escapes or X3. What did we say we was going to call them? Up and away? What are we calling them now?
No, we did not say that. Wait, so Candy's not on the tour no more?
No, she's still on the tour. Okay. But as like a performing act, the 3 of them are being managed by Vince.
Okay, so Candy ain't got nothing to do with that. I
know
that's
but
right.
I'm sure that his hands are all over a lot of what's going on in terms of the shows, if he's managing the group. I don't really know. The whole thing sounds like a mess to me.
What a mess.
So... you might remember that Tamar Braxton and Toya Wright, mother of Lil Wayne's child, Reginae Carter. That's the only child they have together, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tamar and Toya can't stand each other. I don't really remember why. It sounds like a lot of petty, like, catty stuff.
Yeah.
Something about a book, and we weren't ever friends, and...
I don't know. I never knew the story behind that.
Like when you're like a regular person or just any old, like in your personal life, it's like one of those things that's like deep in your texts, probably. Like, right. Like just you as a regular individual.
Back real far.
Like that's the stuff like you be texting people and be like, because I can't even, because this bitch, and that time that we was all at motherfucking Pinkberry and then she tried to say that I didn't need none and what was that? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, to like you and your friends. To you and your friends, it's like deep.
Right.
To everybody else, it's like, what the fuck what is the problem?
I literally already forgot the details.
Don't.
What? That was so dumb.
I forgot that they didn't like each other. I thought that they got over it.
I don't even know where this is going right now. I thought you was going to talk about Tamar and the basketball wife.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. We're getting there. All right.
Tamar's had a shit 2018. We are 3 days in.
It's pretty bad. It's almost as bad as academics.
Why did Erykah Badu say that nigga look like Jerry?
Why did she?
Because she's right.
So rude.
That was very rude.
Did you hear he got arrested?
What?
Yes. And apparently had open containers and an unregistered gun. Like, my nigga, if you had a gun, a fucking firearm.
Wow.
In New York, I don't know if he got arrested in the city or not. I haven't seen a bunch of details.
I just see reportedly facing jail time.
Yeah. I mean, because I feel like if you get caught with a gun in New York City, you're automatically going to jail. I don't even think they make any exceptions.
Yeah.
So.
Probably not.
No, I really don't think they do. So, but damn, he's really having a bad
But see, it says DJ Academics. I know I didn't make that DJ shit up.
Yeah, no. He is, I guess he's a DJ, but I've always known him to be called that. DJ Academic. Right, anyway.
Meanwhile, what's his name? Joe Budden's over there with new jobs and trashing Nicki Minaj.
What is he on now? Revolt?
Mm-hmm. They let her ass have it. Did you see that?
No, you know I didn't. No, you know I didn't.
I watched it.
I'm sure they have clips up on YouTube or the Shade Room.
They let her ass have it. I disagreed for the most. I agreed with a lot of it.
Was it hating or was it just?
It wasn't hating. Like, to me, it was just their opinion. Okay. And, like, that's the thing. Like, so many people, artists and regular ass niggas were so, like, bent out of shape over them saying, like, over them putting Nicki Minaj on the list of trash artists or whatever for 2017.
I mean, well.
And I was just like, it's Charlamagne and fucking Joe Budden. It's not Barack and Michelle. Like, who cares? Like, if you disagree, you just disagree. Like, why can't you just be like, I don't feel the same way. I'm going on about my life. Let me go make some SpaghettiOs or something. Like, what the fuck is the big deal?
Because it can never be that easy.
I agree with a lot of the comments that they made about her, but I don't think that she had like a trash year. I don't think she was trash last year.
I think you can put out really awful music and still have a great year.
She was quite visible.
I think that's most of Nicki Minaj's career summed up right there. Like, overall, I don't like her music, but she is incredibly popular and has done very well for herself. So
hope she has a better 2018.
I didn't think she had a bad 2017, to be honest with you.
I mean, she didn't have the greatest one. It just wasn't trash to me. Like, obviously, Sheether came, took off her wig.
Sheether was a moment. Sheether was a moment, but you're still Nicki Minaj.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it takes a lot, in my opinion, for Nicki Minaj to have a bad year, just simply because of where she's perched
right now. She stays working.
Right.
She stays working.
She's never not booked.
Whether you like the verse or not.
All the money, all the top rappers getting paid. Nicki Minaj is always like the only woman on that bitch or whatever. So I just, as far as I'm concerned, if your money's great, how bad was your year? Couldn't have been that bad.
Anyway, so back to this.
Toya. We still have not even gotten through this.
So, Toya, Tamar, they hate each other. They hate each other.
Right, got you.
I don't know if we talked about this on the show, but a few weeks back, Toya and her daughter, Reginae, got into it with Kaya and T.S. Madison over comments that they made on Queen's Court, which is is it a YouTube live show or is it Facebook?
Oh, well, now I don't know.
I believe it's
sworn
YouTube.
It was YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it's YouTube.
Right.
So obviously they get on that show and roast the fuck out of people all the time. Again, another show with two people who I let them have their opinions. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't. Mm-hmm. For the most part, people find it funny. It is what it is. But I mean, they like...
It sounds like the read. You might like us and you might not. Some people listen.
That is a fair thing to say.
Yeah. Not content-wise, but you know,
content-wise.
Just the general premise of the show. Sounds like us.
Yes.
So
I guess during this Atlanta show, Tamar called on Kaya and Madison to come on stage during her set. So they were, I guess Kaya was going to perform My Neck, My Back or something like that. Oh my God. Clearly, this was in an effort to be petty to Toya.
Yes, clearly it was.
Why? If you let everybody else tell it, then that was not what the plan was. But nobody is stupid.
Oh my God.
And like, that's fine. Y'all don't like the bitch. Like, who cares? It's not like I ain't never done no petty shit to somebody I don't like before. Like, who cares? Like, your whole show is about being petty. Like, why would, anyway.
Right.
So once, I guess, Candy found out that they were supposed to be coming on stage, she shut that whole shit down. Like Phaedra Parks was representing them. Like she went to whoever she needed to speak to and said the answer's no. So the answer was no.
Okay.
They got a great view of the backstage area. I'm sure they got to, go to like the craft services table and get a couple of like kind bars and maybe a smart food popcorn. Did you know that they make the caramel and cheddar in the same bag? Smart Food does that.
No, I didn't.
Bitch, I went to the store yesterday. Because if you have ever grown up on those gigantic ass barrels of popcorn that have the three, everybody knows
the 3 different cheese.
Nobody eats
3 different flavors.
The butter one.
No, lies. Nobody eats the caramel one. Ugh. I eat the butter and the cheese with... We're not doing that. I eat the butter and the cheese with random sprinklings of the caramel. Like maybe 5% caramel in a bowl of 95% butter and cheese.
What I always did was get me a good old bowl of that cheddar. And I would also sprinkle a good portion of the caramel in there. Ooh. Because it just gives it that salty sweet. But you don't want too much of the caramel. Because
the caramel is too sweet.
It's one kernel or whatever.
It's so sweet.
It's so much sugar at once. So you don't need much.
That's why the cheese popcorn is always gone first out them damn tins.
Yes.
Always, because it's the one everybody eats.
They were smart enough to know that. It's a blue bag. It says,
is it the Garrett's? Because I know the Garrett spot will do
Smart
that.
Food.
Oh, okay.
The same ones who make the infamous black bag of white cheddar.
Not as unhealthy. Okay. Because that Garrett's popcorn, I feel, will probably put you in the hospital pretty soon.
Is there so much grease?
How is popcorn rich? You eat Garrett's like, should I be having such a gourmet experience with a snack food?
So much is happening at once.
Like I'm full.
Right.
Right. Like it's a meal. It's a lot going on.
That popcorn freaks me out. Anyway, they get the proportions right is all I'm saying.
Okay.
If you ever happen upon, if you're going to the grocery store after this
because
to pack up for the blizzard or
whatever the fuck.
You happen across that bag, I would bless myself.
What is it called? They gave it some funny name.
It's just caramel and cheddar.
No, the bomb cyclone. That's what the weather thing is called.
Oh, I saw that. I don't even know what that means, and I don't think I want to.
I think you're going to find out around midnight.
Bomb cyclone.
It don't sound right. It don't sound good. So, okay. I'm going to keep my eyes open for that popcorn. It does sound good.
Oh, God. We can't finish the story. So.
Okay. We're going to focus and get through this.
Cinnamon Girls. Kaya and T.S. Madison were not allowed on stage. Now, they say that them people lied on them and said that they had weapons. And that is...
Don't let Kaya on stage. She got some box cutters under her titties.
Right.
Which, okay, now I gotta check.
Because I'm sure they didn't have any weapons. Although I'm surprised between Kaya and Maddie and like their glam or whoever that nobody had like
nothing.
Even one of those like those little things, a mace that you can put on your keychain.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I really would.
You never know who you gonna run up at this
south,
concert.
Right.
Like as much shit you don't talk about.
Like all the girls I know down south got tasers on their keychains.
You have like a little taser.
You do, girl. You got some mini tasers.
Anyway, they said that they didn't have any weapons. They got to kiki and laugh and stuff backstage, take a picture with Tamar, but what they did not get to do is touch that stage. They didn't sniff the stairs, the railing, nothing.
And that's probably for the best.
Yeah, it probably was for the best. Tamar, maybe that would have just added some more drama for everybody.
Right. And let's just not. Like, let's not do the most, Tamar, even though we know you live for the most.
And wig alone.
And embarrassing yourself for no good reason.
So, past that, I guess maybe Tamar was using that pettiness as a distraction from the rest of the bullshit that's happening in her life at the moment because... Let's see the date here.
Help me, Lord.
So just like before New Year's, Tamar posted the following iOS press release on her Instagram account.
Fine, God.
It says, Vincent Herbert is having a baby and his whore decided to let me know about it tonight. That stupid, broke-ass whore should check public records on Christmas before she goes through with it. He called back despite of his protection order, begging and lying.
What?
I think she meant in spite of.
Okay, got you.
Begging and lying like he's hanging out with Joe and Roxy from BET. I love that. First of all, she spelled Roxy name
She
wrong.
did.
ROCXI. Then she put from BET in parentheses.
In case y'all didn't remember who Roxy. You know Roxy from BET.
Oh, yeah. That's creditable.
That's where I stopped reading when I first saw it.
That would have kept me going. Because this is hilarious.
Is it creditable?
No shade. However, before you judge me, know the facts. He's a real piece of work. Y'all can both say that. It's SMH. Happy New Year, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, know that 2018 is a fresh start. And if I can leave this liar, you can leave yours too. Thing is, you didn't.
But I feel like you backtracked not even a full 24 hours later.
Maybe the next day?
It didn't take too much longer for you to take all of that back, girl.
Caption says, say what you want about me, but I'm good and goddamn tired of the bull. 2018 belongs to who dares to take your life back. I'm first in line. That sounds like a quote that she heard from her mom, Evelyn, when she was a kid, but she misquoted it because she don't remember because she was never really paying attention.
Man, right, and it don't matter now.
So I don't know what Laura Gavon said in the comments or whatever, but it got a response from Tamar, who tagged her with question marks and said, because her baby's daddy said they were fucking around too. Ain't that your homegirl? This led to rumors that it's Laura who was pregnant with Vince's baby, although Tamar's not very good at like spelling grammar or anything involving English words.
The meaning of that, who knows?
But this doesn't sound like that's what she's saying.
Yeah, no, it sounds like she's saying that Laura's homegirl
is the one who was pregnant.
Okay, so that's where I got that. I was wondering where niggas got that Laura was the baby mama from. I'm like, I mean, I guess it's possible because God knows the whole facts on that one.
I read that her child's father, the ever horrible Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, he's awful.
Well, she says that he is the one spreading rumors about her fucking around with Vince. And that he put out some long ass shit on Instagram talking about he's got court documents with every nigga, every celebrity that's wired her money and talking about how loose her pussy is. And, like, ain't y'all niggas tired of hating each other? Like,
and y'all have kids who are old enough to be on these apps. Why are you
what the fuck is wrong with y'all
niggas?
Like, at this point, somebody needs to just lock them in like a storage closet or an elevator with like one blade in between them. Just let them fight it out.
All right, we turning off the light. Whoever wins.
Just, it is what it is at this point because y'all niggas will not let it go.
What a fucking mess. I didn't understand the point in Tamar doing all that because I could have swore that you told us a couple months ago and we talked about it on this show that you was divorcing him, like leaving him. Y'all wasn't gonna be together no more. I feel like that definitely hit the blogs and was all over the news.
Whoever this alleged baby mom. First of all, let's start by saying that before she got the divorce, we also talked about on the show how Tamar said that after Bluebirds Sing Over the Hill, Where the Rainbows Lay, whatever. After that album, she was retiring from music. And then she said she wanted retiring from music, but she wanted to focus on her marriage and whatever was going to make her marriage work.
That is true.
I said on the show that Vince had not disclosed what it was that he was planning on leaving to work on his marriage as well. Vince didn't say a motherfucking thing.
Because Vince wasn't about to do shit.
Because Vince didn't plan on doing shit differently.
Right. And clearly Vince is still not doing shit differently.
Doesn't sound like it. So this is, okay, I guess this whole post was fueled by the alleged new baby mama letting her, coming to her woman to woman or whatever. Which,
I guess,
again, as we said to Cardi, as angry as you were in this, you could have kept this off of the internet.
Right.
I understand being so pissed that you want to put somebody on blast and things like that on social media and embarrass them. God knows I do. But this is just another
Who hasn't been there before?
No,
I get
like,
it.
please.
Right.
But like, this is another thing that you could have texted. Do you have 18 sisters? You got to be getting along with one of them right now.
Right.
Like, this could have been sent somebody to save you a whole lot of trouble, but whatever. Fine. I get it. At least spell check, but whatever for the future.
Right, I get it.
Past that, then Tamar and Vince were spotted like in the airport together or something. after Christmas or right
Lord.
before New Year's or somewhere they were going together with the kid. And I assumed that the kid is probably a big part of the reason why they're doing whatever. And
It's
of
Christmas.
course, it's
Right.
Christmas, it's holidays. Of course, that is the excuse that she went with when she decided to come back around. Hold, please.
Gotcha.
So after the whole my nigga ain't shit, have the courage to lead these fuck niggas and these lying ass, hoe ass, dog ass niggas.
Oh, didn't that sound
last
so
year.
nice?
So a singer by the name of Melissa Schumann responded to a TMZ's tweet about Tamar's press release.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that when she, in that press release, when she was telling the baby mama or the pregnant chick to look up the public records, it was because of these reports that Vince had been arrested or whatever for once again putting his hands on her.
Oh,
To that
okay. I was wondering exactly which one of Vince's indiscretions she was referring to. So.
But on Christmas. So this is after the I'm divorcing
What
the
a
nigga.
fucking mess.
This is after the mama had already come forward saying, keep your hands off my child.
Right.
And then she was allegedly mad at her mama for doing that. And then this whole thing or whatever. So then she's now saying, again, go and look up public records, which anybody could do. So
Right.
before, if the pregnant woman ever even did it, she didn't need to because it was on Shade Room, Baller Alert, Famous List. It was everywhere. They were like, no thanks. Don't worry about it. We got it. We'll do it. Anybody
You
can
actually
look
have the
this up.
screenshots right here, girl.
You save your time.
Got you.
So the singer Melissa Schumann said, "This one I am not surprised by. Hashtag Vincent Herbert is the reason I suffered PTSD when I suffer PTSD when I'm in the recording studio. He verbally and emotionally abused me when I was 14 while recording Dream's first record, isolated us from each other, and forced us lose weight."
Yeah, she meant, I think she's saying he forced me / us,
To lose.
like all of us,
right.
to lose weight.
But lose is spelled with 2 O's. And
Loose. Well, look.
I just want y'all to stop.
She wasn't.
Someone,
Is that the whole...
She said, someone responded to it and said, "Girl, what?" He said, "Yep, we had to wait in front of him," which the nerve. He had me lose
The nerve.
20 pounds. I went from 121 to 101. To this, Tamar responded with, I don't even know if I'm going to get through all this.
Pure dumbassery.
Okay, now here's what you won't be doing, Thirst Bucket. I know you saw Damn Puffy MTB, which I believe is making the band. The industry then was like boot camp for all of us. Don't even try to use our personal family situation for attention. All the greats had to do it. Gaga, Tony, myself, all had what was. Artist development. Now you pop in some PTSD when back then we helped y'all sell millions of records. We? Oh, he did. I'm sorry. Let me not misquote her. When back then he helped y'all sell millions of records, you ain't have nothing to say. Until today, don't try me, Becky, because right now you are doing the most. He's not a woman beater, abuser, or a bad man. He just made bad choices like we all do multiple times. To me, not you. So miss me on the Thirst Bucket train before your BF roast your ass. Have several. And one more thing. Who told you you had PTSD? Do you know what that is and how crazy you sound? Do you know what that is or how crazy you sound, sis?
Like, girl, who are you to tell her? I'm sorry. Are you done? Before I just...
Tried to pass me by, and then someone else said she was fucking 14. What the fuck? To Tamar.
Which is all that needs to be said. She was a damn child.
To that, Tamar responded, "Me too, shit. Usher, Destiny's Child, Aaliyah, Escape. We were all kids. Artist development."
So first of all, even if what this girl is talking about happened to everybody else, that doesn't make it any more right.
Period.
Like
you could honestly just
what
nail
a
that
fucking
in.
idiot. Secondly, who are you to ask somebody else if they even know what PTSD is or what that means, or to question her experience in any way? Like, maybe it did have that effect on her. Maybe I do remember Dream. I don't know if Tamar actually remembers them because she said he helped them sell millions of records, and that has never been the case. Dream was never that popular. I've never known Dream to be a platinum selling group. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. But maybe we are, but I just don't remember them bitches being around long enough for all that. So any amount of abuse is bad enough, but don't turn around and act like this girl had some huge popping career that would have made all the sacrifices worth it and all this other shit. It sounds like she went through a lot of hell for a very brief flash of stardom and money, and now it's over, and she's talking about the experience she had because your husband is in the news, partly because of how shitty he treats you. And we all already knew that. Like, my thing about Tamar is that she was acting like him having this baby it's so crazy and wrong and disrespectful and this is how niggas do and all this. And it's like, but we already knew he was hitting on you. And as far as I'm concerned, it don't get no worse than that. So this man, even though your mama said it and your sisters like alluded to it, you've never come out your mouth and said, I have no reason to think your mama lied about that. And somebody else tweeted her and was like, so Miss Evelyn lied? Like, I'm not trying to be funny right now, but did your mama lie about that? Or are you just going back and acting like your husband couldn't have possibly been that bad because a white girl said something?
Yesterday.
Right, bitch, you said it. What?
Hell, this might have been the same day.
That's what didn't make any sense. It's like, but you
the one who brought that shit up.
A white girl was like, hey, wow, this story's crazy. I have my own stories about this man.
Being mistreated.
And you were like, I don't know what you're talking about. He is not an abuser or a bad man or anything else.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
But have you watched y'all's relationship play out at all? Like, I'm clearly nowhere near it. And just the shit y'all been through on Instagram is enough for me to be like, why are y'all still together? Like, so I know a lot of people are like, that's, common for abuse victims to act like that. And kind of like, somebody, I can point out all his flaws and all this, but can't nobody else attack him because y'all don't really understand him the way I do and all this stuff. And it just sounds like Tamar needs to get the fuck away from Vince, get into some therapy with all sincerity and no shade, because there's nothing wrong
there's nothing shady
with getting into therapy and logging the fuck off the internet. Those three things. In that order.
Well, not in that order, but she did delete her Instagram account, which is probably the smartest thing that I can say I've seen Tamar do maybe ever.
I mean, because your emotions are clearly too all over the place and you can't help yourself but to post. And if you're going to be saying two things that like wildly contradict each other, like in one breath, you talking about how this nigga is so terrible and awful and done did all this shit to you, and then 36 hours later, you drag in some girl who's like, wow, I have PTSD from the experiences that your husband put me through. And now all of a sudden she a liar. And
a thirst bucket.
And
trying to use your family.
And we all went through artist development and this, like trying to make any excuse for this behavior being okay. It's just like.
Like, I would really be interested in how many artists, including the ones that you named, who went through this exact same thing. I'd be interested in how many of them were like, oh yeah, I loved it. It made me feel so great about myself.
It was so fun. I really deserved that as a 14-year-old. The girl was already 120 pounds and Vince Herbert made her lose weight. The fact that she didn't roll her eyes at him every time and be like, are you fucking kidding? You gonna tell me, somebody who's already thin, that I need to be emaciated along with the rest of these girls? Like, Tamar don't have no space to tell that woman how she feels about the shit that she went through or anything else. And so for her to take up for Vince like that right after she just got done embarrassing herself over this new baby, I think it was in her best interest to delete that Instagram. So good for her. Because it's going to be the first step towards her getting her shit back together.
I would hope so.
I mean, because you sound ridiculous, girl. You do. But what it really sounds like is that you need to get the fuck away from that man.
It sounds to me like you need to get the fuck away from that man.
Like, I wouldn't have never thought, I guess just based off of the few seasons or whatever I saw of him on TV, I thought Vince was just kind of like quiet and in the background and just kind of merrily tolerating Tamar's shit. Just because she's Tamar.
He was at the show bouncing around to her singing and doing the same whatever shit and probably thriving off of the fact that he will defend her, although he's garbage and stuff like that. Leave that nigga alone. Let everybody else crash.
But now it's just like, you don't need to defend him because he really is trash, girl.
At least to you.
Right. The way he treats you. And that's coming from your own mama's mouth. Like, we've seen it. So I think Tamar really has to just start looking out for herself instead of being so worried about Vince and appearances.
I knew
this is sad.
From the second that she said that she was walking away from what she loves to do
Mess.
from her marriage, for her marriage.
Look out for her marriage.
And that nigga was like, just signed Remy Ma or whatever. I was like,
right.
That nigga ain't shit. And this seems unbalanced. And now I know that it is. But God bless her in the new year.
He certainly wasn't going to take away from music to focus on Tamar if he wasn't even going to take away from fucking other women to focus on Tamar.
Gross.
The fact that Vince Herbert has cheated on you multiple times and you have been okay. You know what? Not okay with it. But I don't understand any woman doing that. And before y'all bring up Beyonce, I don't understand Beyonce doing it either. So don't even start with me. I don't get it. Letting a nigga just disrespect you like that over and over. I can't. Whatever that level of love is, I'm glad I've never experienced, and I hope the Lord keeps it away from me. And that is with 100% sincerity.
Well, that's it for this week.
All right. God damn, finally.
I just don't feel like it was that long.
Nigga's over an hour.
I don't. How?
Let's take a break.
Hey guys, this week's episode is being sponsored by ShipStation. ShipStation makes it fast and easy to manage and ship your orders all from one place. So if you are operating on some place where you're selling things to people, maybe Shopify or Squarespace, Etsy, BigCommerce, websites like that, you can use ShipStation to help you get your orders out quickly and keep your customers happy. ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface, making them super easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. So that means if you're on the go, you can make sure that people get their own things. My manager uses ShipStation for our merch. So it helps to keep the headache down if you have a whole bunch of orders or just really don't feel like pulling out your fingernails trying to keep up with all of the madness. So right now, try ShipStation for 30 days free. That's right, free.
Free.
And get an additional month for free only if you use our promo code READ. That's READ. Don't wait. Go to ShipStation.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com. Promo code READ. ShipStation. Make ship happen. Now let's move on. All right. So we're back and it is time for our listener letters.
All right. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. Let's see here. I'm trying to, this is a question about, how do you feel about cats as pets? Would you ever have a cat?
I think that cats think that they're bougie. I think that cats probably have some sort of connection to their Egyptian roots.
Right. Somebody was like, I've heard how y'all feel about cats, but I think there are some who are like cuddly and not as crazy. No. And y'all are just not going.
Cats have personalities and like mood swings. A dog is usually on the same shit every day.
Okay, so that's true. So let's just skip right over that. Although I have been thinking lately about getting a cat. I might do that.
Go for it.
Something that doesn't shed a lot. But anyway.
That's shocking since I thought you'd be traumatized.
Well, yes. I do have the scars from my past. But okay. But I think maybe I could learn to love again. Okay. We'll see. Our first question comes from Quadrilateral. I don't know why she decided to go by the Quadrilateral.
Okay.
But so it says, the initial question is, was I wrong? And what would you have done if someone did this to you?
God.
I moved to Oregon in May of 2017.
For what?
I moved to Oregon in May of 2017, Portland to be specific. I'm guessing a job. I can't think of any.
I think they were on the Real World ones.
We'll see. Yes, there was a Real World Portland. Anyway, getting distracted. I'm an introverted person with extreme resting bitch face and typically soft-spoken, so making friends is a bit difficult for me. Excuse me. But lo and behold, I made a new friend who we'll call Peter. Peter and I met in October and we really hit it off. He's white, but he loves black men. He jokes with me about white people all the time, and he gets black culture for the most part. Okay. He's the only person I would have called a close friend in Portland. Sorry, I think I said this person was a girl, but they're not. Quadrilateral is a man.
Okay.
And he says, Peter and I went out for New Year's. He invited me to a party at a bar, and he agreed to pay for my cover and buy the drinks if I paid for the ride to and from the party. Okay. When we got to the bar, he did pay for my cover and coat check and bought me a drink too. We found a spot to chill and were enjoying some drinks when he noticed someone he knew. This person came over with his friend and the four of us were just chilling. At one point, I decided to go get a drink from the side of the bar that was actually getting service. Mm-hmm. And it was still in crystal clear view of where we were sitting. I got back and saw that Peter has left and it's just his two friends sitting there in our spot. I asked them where Peter disappeared to, and one of them says the bathroom. So I sit down and start enjoying my drink. As soon as I took my first sip, I spotted Peter chatting up a black guy and flirting and chopping it up with a few other black men here and there at the party while I'm drinking. I finished up my drink and decided to get another one and purposely positioned myself so I'm directly in front of Peter as he's chatting up the men at the party. He didn't say anything to me while I was getting my drinks and instead disappeared into the crowd. At this point, I'm pissed, so I get my coat, got in a lift to go right back home as the ball is dropping on New Year's, and once I got home, I decided to go get a drink at another bar around the corner.
Okay.
This person had a night, quite a night. Mm-hmm. At this point... Wait, there are too many at this point in this email. Where was I? At this point, Peter texts me asking me where I am. I told him and we meet up and he's upset because he thinks I ditched him. We agreed to go to one more bar together and the same shit happens again with him so wandering off.
You went out with him again anyway.
The same night.
Wow.
Except this time I let him know that I was going to the bar to get drinks and he still vanished into the crowd without letting me know where he's disappearing to. So this is what this person was upset about.
Okay.
And then he put here in an additional paragraph, my issue. Peter was the only person I knew and he invited me out. It's New Year's. There's going to be lots of alcohol and people. So I assumed there would be more communication in general if we were going to be leaving one another, especially since we agreed to leave the parties together. I admit the first time at the first bar, I didn't let him know that I was going to get a drink, but I was less than 10 feet from where we were. So he could have and should have seen me going to the bar. And because of what happened at the first bar, at the last one, I made a point to let him know that I was going to get a drink, but he still wandered off and didn't return the favor. He feels like I ditched him twice. But in my mind, he did the ditching. Am I wrong? Thanks.
You sound young.
He says I'm 29. Peter is 31.
Oh.
We're both gay men. I'm black and Peter is white. So, you thought young your ass.
Well, that still sounds like young shit to me.
I read this and I thought I read it like 4 times because I could not see where quadrilateral should have been upset. And I guess I don't still really see. Because for me, if we say we're going to a party together, that means we're going together. Right. Meaning me and you are here. We're going to check in with each other throughout the night. Make sure I see you, you see me. You know, I'm not going to leave here without you. More like of a general buddy system type thing. Not we're going to be at this party hanging out together as we move throughout this party for the entire night. That's not what I expect out of people. Especially not people I'm not fucking. They are friends.
Right.
They're not dating.
But, okay, I will say this. If I'm going out with somebody, if we're going out together, I'm expecting that at least for the bulk of the event, I'm going to be, if I'm not with you or by you, aware of where you at. You know what I'm saying? So, or like, for instance, okay, if we go to the club or whatever, and you like, oh, I see some people, whatever, I'm going to go and talk to them or whatever. You go and talk to them and do your own thing, and I'm going to see you when I see you again. If I don't see you and I'm over it or I'm tired of hanging out with your friends that I don't want to fucking talk to anyway, I'm going to just leave. I might send you a text message and be like, I'm done, or I'm going to go home or whatever. Like, I'm not going to like chase you around anybody's bar or club and just try to stick with you. I get it. Because I'm also like introverted, not super great at making small talk, getting to know new people.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. If you leave me with strangers for too long, I'm definitely going home.
Yeah, like that I'm gonna do as well. So
that's gonna happen. But I also don't have any expectation. Like I think
your friend was trying to get some dick. Right.
This person seems to be upset that Peter is like going off into the crowd talking to different niggas and stuff, but isn't that why people go to parties? Like,
yeah, but some people like to be more like, you know, linked closely together throughout a night.
No, I don't understand this. People desire to
like
be
they like to hang together, like as a clique, and just kind of like.
But it's just the two of you. It's not a clique. It's literally just the two.
You know what I'm saying? Like you want to just kind of be with that person, or you know, for the majority of the night. Especially if you like he's going around because it sounds like what is the white person?
Peter.
Peter sounds like chatty Patty. Peter sounds like super social, and Peter definitely sounds like he was trying to get some chocolate in his milk.
Okay. Or that.
So it seemed like it would have never even if the same thing had happened in reverse. Peter's response to that would have probably been to get up and find some new friends or like chat with people and go and find some. He would have done the exact same thing. I can see that where Peter would have
been like, "Oh, okay, I see you," or
"Okay, bitch, you get you some."
Like, okay, I guess I could go talk to people too.
Right. Yeah. Whereas with you, you're not about that life. You was just trying to kick it with the person who you came there with. I see both sides of that. Okay. To me, I wouldn't have been angry with him. I may have been annoyed, but I feel like you were fine when you got in your lift and you left. But then you decided to do it again, and that's where you fucked up at. Like, when he texted me and been like, "Oh, I feel like you ditched me," I probably would have been like, "Same. Well, I'm going to bed." Like, from my mattress. Like, right. I would have been in the bed.
Yeah.
You wanted to go out and have a good time. And I'm almost even more confused because you didn't want to be at that bar or whatever by yourself because he was walking around, but you were willing to go to another bar alone? Like, what was the problem?
Right. I also don't get that. It's like, so like you were just so mad at him for talking to other people. I read this question because I sincerely could not find a reason to be mad at this white boy.
I can understand being annoyed if we're friends, especially if you know how I am. Like, if you know that I'm not talkative, not friendly, not trying to kick it and meet a whole bunch of new people or whatever, maybe haven't been here for very long, and we're going out together, then I would be a little bit more annoyed if you just leaving me, on top of leaving me alone, like you leaving me with your friends that I don't know, that I don't want to do any of this with. I could understand being a little annoyed by that.
In that case, I'm just going to wander off with my drink, though. I'm not going to sit around and talk to your friends because that's awkward for me.
Right.
I'm just going to take my drink and wander off somewhere else.
If I did not do that, I probably would have just gone home. And I wouldn't have been like, to me, this wouldn't have been a violation where I feel like I need to get advice from somebody or write into anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, no shade to you. I would have just been...
No shade, but I wouldn't have wrote no email to the reader.
I would have just been annoyed by it and been better prepared when I'm going out again with Peter and just Peter. But again, I am confused because it doesn't seem like
party to me though. It's like there's no expectation.
Everybody's trying to get in somebody's drawers.
It's New Year's. Like, people are literally looking for somebody to make out with at midnight.
And you're in Portland, which sounds cold. Like, is Oregon not at the
I feel like
top?
Portland is cold, right?
So.
And and there are certainly few blacks, and I get that this is like
not few enough. For Peter.
Like,
Peter was from the window to
Peter
the wall.
Peter was scoping them out though. Peter was looking for everybody.
Those nigga balls.
So I guess so. The question was he wrong? Should he apologize?
I don't think there's anything to apologize for. I don't think that either one of y'all did anything super fucking terrible.
I don't think either one of you needs to apologize. I think this is an issue of having different expectations for going out and being in the club.
Right. If anything, maybe have a conversation about what bothered you, and then you know better for the next time.
Right. Because when you say he did it again at the second bar, that leads me to believe that he doesn't really get that you have a problem with being left alone.
Left alone while he's there.
Right.
I'm guessing.
But right, to me, I don't give a shit where you are in this club as long as you're still in this club. Don't leave without telling me. Right. Well, I've gone to dyke parties by myself before, but I won't be making that mistake again. Anyway.
Some people don't care. Like, I can definitely go to a party by myself, get me a drink or whatever, see the lay of the land, stand there, be on my phone, chat somebody up who may be cute, whatever, and then beat it. And it seems like you don't seem to have a problem with that either. Because then why would you go to another bar by yourself? So my question is, what were you doing at that second bar that you couldn't have done at the first? It had to have been him specifically leaving you by yourself instead of being whatever it is you expect a friend to be in that sort of situation. But I don't think any one of y'all did anything wrong. I think you just need to be better prepared next time you go out with that nigga.
I agree. So here's one from a potential lesbian in training.
Okay. Those are always fun.
She would like to stay anonymous, so let's call her Kiara. Kiara says, I'm a 27-year-old black woman in Virginia. I met another woman through a friend a few months ago. I like her personality and she makes me laugh, so we hit it off. That's always how it starts. Mm-hmm. And eventually branched off into our own friendship. We spent a lot of time together, and even though I'm usually reserved, she didn't let any of that stop her, and I soon considered her one of my closest friends. After a few months of hanging out, She revealed to me that she had a crush on me and had been low-key trying to smash.
Wow.
I wasn't totally surprised by this since she told me before that she dates women and she was in a committed relationship with a woman for 5 years until they broke up. And knowing all that, I was still a bit taken aback and I told her I'd never seriously considered sleeping with a woman before. I've always found women attractive and maybe have had a few fantasies, but who hasn't?
Well, okay.
Well, I don't know, girl.
You know.
Anyway, one thing led to another and things quickly escalated. From just cuddling in bed if I slept over to full-blown sex.
Right.
Of course it did.
Duh.
The sex is always amazing and everybody gets to come every time. She put every time in capital letters.
I'm sure she did.
Straight women are really missing out, man.
That's sad.
Anyway, she says, where the fuck have I been? Anyway, I've also developed very strong emotional feelings for her, which she has reciprocated. The situation between us has moved very quickly, and I'm struggling because I feel like my sexuality has made a 180-degree shift literally overnight. I don't consider myself a lesbian, but now I can't call myself straight. I know that sexuality is a spectrum, and no one is any hard-set sexuality, but I've let these things happen. And I know this will sound bad, but I'm kind of upset that I didn't have a harder time letting it happen. It came so naturally to me, and I didn't feel any pressure to do anything I didn't want to do.
My God, that's just hell.
It sounds like you've had a lot of bad experiences with men. That's what this... She's like so happy that she wanted this woman and didn't feel pressured into doing something, and it was like a healthy experience. God bless. We're getting back... Hold on. Where was it? I'm not into PDA, but even when we're out in public, I don't feel uncomfortable touching her hand or giving her a quick kiss. It's really blowing my mind that all this is happening, and I'm writing to you guys because I want your input on what I should do. Things are getting to a point where she wants us to be together, and I want that too, but I'm not out to friends and family. She's already told me that she doesn't care if I come out as long as I'm not sleeping with anybody else. She already spends a lot of time with me and my family, and they love her and ask for her to come around even when she's not with me. I know she says it doesn't matter to her now that our relationship isn't public, but I feel like it may begin to be a burden for her down the road. And even though it would hurt me, I'd rather end things now than make her play this game with me until I can grow the balls to come out. What do you guys think? Love the show. Thank you. Sincerely, Kiara. So what I would say, you know what? Never mind. I'm a natural cynic and I don't want to shit on your happiness. And you seem happy.
Does she?
Yeah. What? She seems ecstatic.
She seems conflicted.
Okay. I would say sexually, you seem very...
Yes.
You seem very excited.
Mind blown in that department.
You're like, wow, so I can have great sex and not have to deal with niggas. What is this?
What?
You mean women are fucking me better than niggas do? What?
What?
So that I understand, but this just sounds so familiar. It sounds like I met this girl and she blew my mind and I just thought we was going to be together forever. And it ends up being, 6 months from now, you're like, oops, I'm straight. Sorry. And like leave her and break her heart, or y'all are together for like the rest of your lives. It's probably, It's like one or the other. And I feel like if you're still really, is it a question of coming out, or is it a question of, are you okay with having these feelings?
Right.
Because I think that's what you have to, right. Because based off the tone of this email, it sounds like you don't really know. Like you feel like you should have had a harder time getting involved with women than what you did, which leads me to believe that you're not totally comfortable with like a lesbian identity, which is going to be the problem here, and not so much the closet thing.
Yes.
So
okay. I definitely hear what you're saying, and I agree 1,000%. Like, if that's your issue and it sounds more like that than the coming out to me, then yeah, I would go ahead and wrap your mind around whatever that is before you go and ruin this actual Dyke's life. Because it's like too much of that going on. And they love it, too.
Oh, no, they do. What? I'm sure she's just so happy.
Love that heartache. And then throwing alarm clocks and shit around hotel rooms like crazy people. Like
they look for women who are like, I've never dated a girl before.
I don't know.
Just wondering what it's like.
But you're just so different.
I don't know. When I'm around you, it's just like I feel this way.
I don't know.
I don't really want to like deny it, but it's just like
6 months later, she pregnant. course.
I was so mad. This girl had a good white dyke girlfriend. She had a good job at the police department. She bought them this big house. She was paying for the girl to go to school, paying all the bills at the house, everything. And what did she decide? She wanted to go back to Dick and she needed to get rid of that dyke and killed her. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, though, but back to Kiara.
Right. This has nothing to do with you, Kiara.
Right. No, I'm sure that's not you and your situation. No, that's just me. I need to quit looking at oxygen marathons. But so yeah, I think that's my thing about it. I think you need to spend some time by yourself figuring out what is the issue here. Like, are you afraid to come out because you kind of can't take back coming out as gay? Like,
people try.
And I think that's why a lot of people start out with bisexual, so that if you end up...
Stop calling me fifth.
Who is that young man?
I am a man, not no damn fifth.
Oh, that's what's his face. That's I'm Not Gay No More.
Yeah, with his dumb ass.
Oh, I am not y'all's first lady.
What a fucking idiot.
Bless him. So yeah, girl, you need to... Before you break this perfectly nice dyke's heart, I think you need to take some steps back and be like, okay, what is it that I am going crazy over right now? Is it the fact that I have an orgasm every time? Is it the fact that I'm with somebody who seems to like actually listen to me and pay attention and care about me? Like, and maybe you haven't got that from niggas before, so you're extra sprung.
Right.
So, which is understandable. I've also been there before. But before you say, okay, fuck it, I'm going to be in a relationship and change my, relationship status on Facebook and put up a rainbow in my header or whatever else. Oof. Like, just, take some time, maybe. Damn. The problem is that y'all already are in that dyking mode of, let's just be, I was going to say, try to sleep around with some other women, but you probably don't even want to.
Of course you don't.
You probably just want this one. Damn, that's how they get you.
It's every time. Every single time. You say that you understand that sexuality is
a spectrum.
A spectrum. I would ask you to focus on that. There's just so much like pressure and like weird shit that you are placing on yourself because of like the idea of what it could possibly mean to be bisexual or have whatever form of attraction to women sexually. And it's just not that deep. I'm sorry. Like, regardless of what ignorant motherfuckers are going to try and convince you of, it's seriously not that deep. Like, you are attracted to women, even just this woman, possibly. You're having great sex together. You're enjoying the time that you spend together. You have feelings for each other. It should be as simple as that. And I would love it for a day where we all, men and women, could just allow our sexualities to be, I mean, not that sexuality is simple, because it isn't. It's like the opposite of that. But I'm just saying, like,
that's because people make it that way.
Exactly. Accepting your sexuality, that should be simple, and hopefully we can get to a day where it is. But I agree with Crystal. If it's going to be this whole thing where you're having these motherfucking Tyler Perry ass monologues going off in your head before you go to sleep every night because you just don't know, and leave that girl alone. So y'all can, cry and send back and forth text messages for a couple of weeks, and then she can go and find somebody who is actually okay with puss.
But we say that it sounds like you're already in love and you're going to do what you want to.
Right. The good part about this is that she should at least, the girl, when y'all do break up, should at least have a few strapping peers and fellas in her life that can say, hey, been there, bruh. Let me tell you how I got through.
Haven't we all done this before? Absolutely. With straight girls?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like they all have a story. So
she should have a sister circle.
I honestly feel like it don't matter what we say. This lesbian has your heart.
Yeah, no. There's no way getting out of that.
You're going to do it. I'm just going to say.
You're going to do your gay thing.
Try not to get caught up too fast. That's all I have.
That's impossible.
Because it's 6 months from now, you might be engaged like Kenya Moore.
Maybe not even 6, honestly.
Oh, I heard she was pregnant.
I heard she was working on it. I didn't know.
I think she confirmed it on Instagram or something. I saw a screenshot.
Remy Ma and Papoose have been alluding to her being pregnant too.
Well, you know what? Good for Kenya. I don't wish bad for her. So, all right. That is going to wrap up the questions for this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com and we'll be back.
Hey guys, we want to thank Tracker once again for supporting today's episode. 8 years ago, Tracker changed everything when they released their first tracking device, and now they've done it again with the new Tracker Pixel. If you're anything like me, then you probably lose lots of things. I lose my wallet a lot. I definitely lose sight of my keys. Maybe, you lose niggas who don't have any place in your life, or you lose your good damn mind. Tracker probably can't help you with those last two things, but for the most part, if you misplace an item that has a Tracker Pixel attached to it, you can go on your Tracker app on your smartphone, press the button, and the Pixel will make a 90 decibel alert that will help you find it in seconds. It even has a powerful LED light that shines so bright you can find anything, even in the dark. You can even locate your item if it is miles away, because every Tracker user is part of the largest crowd locate network in the world, and that's Tracker's 30-day money-back guarantee, which means you have nothing to lose. So go to thetracker.com, that is TRACKR.com/theread right now to get 20% off any order. That's TRACKR.com/theread for 20% off any order at all. Help them help you find your stuff. Now let's move on.
Don't forget, today's show is also brought to you by Squarespace. You can get rid of all that new year, new me lies. You're going to be the same hot mess you were before, and that's fine. And you don't even have to have a resolution to get your new plans and all your new shit off the ground. You can start your new project today with Squarespace and their beautiful templates crafted by world-class designers. Squarespace makes it so easy to turn your ideas into new and unique websites. You can customize everything from the look and feel to settings and products, and it's all optimized for mobile usage right outside the box, which is super important. We're all on our phones constantly, and if your website is not optimized for mobile, then I just don't know what you're doing. So best of all, there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever, but if you do have a question, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support team is there to help. All you have to do is head to squarespace.com today to start your new free trial, and when you're ready to launch your site, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, and use offer code READ. Build something new and great in the new year. Let them know we sent you, and let's wrap up the show.
Okay, so we're back, and it is now time for the read.
Oh, it is.
So I actually have two people that need to get read today.
Okay.
One of them might be yours, so maybe you should go first.
Well, so I was just going to talk about Bright, which we already did earlier, and how awful that is. I also want to say, don't know what the fuck y'all were doing with this Stepsisters thing. Have you heard about this?
Oh, the Netflix show?
So, yeah, it's not a show. It's a movie. Yeah. And so it's about this girl named Jamila, not sure how it's pronounced, but she's the president of her sorority, and all this black girl, super dope, going to Harvard Law.
Terry Naughton is in it too.
And when okay, that's great. So Naturi Naughton is in it.
Go ahead.
That's fine. So these white girls are basically, I guess they do something to piss off the school or embarrass the school. And the black girl has to basically swoop in and come play Captain Save-A-Ho by teaching them how to step.
Right.
So that they can win the big step show and, I don't know, restore glory.
Looks like Pitch Perfect to me, but with stepping.
So, I saw that Lena Waithe was one of the producers on it. So I'm hoping somehow her name being on it means it won't be trash. But the premise of a black girl stepping in to save white people and then teaching them how to step also. It's just why this movie? Why black girls coming in to teach white girls how to do something that is out? Why can't, I don't want to bring Bring It On, which I think is probably the perfect as far as black girls versus white girls, hard to find a better movie than that. But why can't it be black girls being actually, this is our shit and we do it way better than y'all, and not we're reaching out to teach you how to do anything, like that.
Yeah, I had a feeling that element is going to be a part of it as well. But when I watched the trailer for it, it was one of those things where I was like, I'm going to see feelings about this. So that was really it. I'm gonna wait till it comes out. I saw the trailer.
Actually, one of my best friends texted it to me what the fuck is this? I was like, what? It does remind me very much, I don't know, maybe a lot of people who went to historically white schools or to big state schools can relate to this, but when they would have those step shows where black frats and sororities would bring in their white friends from a white fraternity or sorority and teach them they like steps or they routine.
Seen anybody do that.
I've seen that a lot where black people are like, here's the white boys that we fuck with and we taught them to do our stuff and they're going to have a little part during our show and then they're going to leave. So maybe it's just the fact that I've already seen this like in real life that has me looking at it sideways. I'm hoping it's not going to be total trash garbage, but just from the looks, just the whole idea of it, it doesn't sound like something I am really into. So that was going to be the other thing I talked about.
And actually, you know what? Interestingly enough, it reminded me when I saw the trailer just how I felt when I saw that line, Fairy lives don't matter today. I was like,
it's pretty bad.
I'm going to hear about this.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. But I'm just like Bright, I'm going to watch it. And, you know, at least I am familiar with some of the names.
I am going to, right.
I'm going to pray that at least.
Right. Some of the names attached to it have me saying, you know what? I am going to give it a try. Just like the fact that Will Smith was in Bright.
Right.
That I was going to give it a try.
Exactly.
And I really did. And so I really will. I really will do an effort for that. But my other read was just going to be a really quick pass the read this week. Pass the read like we used to. And this actually came through to our inbox, but I thought it was better for pass the read just because of the emotions conveyed within this email.
Okay.
She calls herself Gossip Girl, and she says, I am always the friend in the group that goes up for birthdays while my own birthday tends to be pretty underwhelming. Okay. I threw one of my ex-friends a trip and paint party, like a sip and paint, but glow in the dark and with drugs.
Cool.
One year. Okay, that sounds lit and fun. And then when my birthday came around, she asked me, is it today or Friday? Last year I smoked... Wouldn't you be so pissed?
Oh my God.
Last year I smoked some weed I bought at my boyfriend's homeboy's house and then pretty much enjoyed a regular day. This year I got the one thing I've quietly wanted for all my birthdays, and that was for somebody else to take some damn initiative and show me they care by planning it. My boyfriend kept the entire birthday plan under wraps, and I've been excited as hell, booking makeup and hair appointments, searching for the perfect dress, and just feeling like a superstar. I know it sounds stupid, but as the person who's always the mom of the friend group, sometimes being everybody's rock, people forget that you too get tired. It seems everyone is so used to seeing me as the strong face that they don't realize I feel a lot of the same feelings that they feel. Anyway, my birthday is less than a week away now, and I'm just finding out that nothing was planned. I found out because my friends from out of town were planning to come, and I've been reminding my boyfriend that they need more than a day of notice so they can leave work and get here. As of today, they are still asking me what's going on because he still has not contacted them. His plan is to throw everything together, and now I'm pissed. First of all, it's embarrassing that anytime someone asks what I'm doing for my big day, I've been saying, oh, my boyfriend is planning it, and he'll give you a call.
That was your fault.
Now I'm finding out, well, he told her that he was going to plan a party for her.
Oh, my bad.
It's just that it ended up being him being like, I'll just throw something together on the day of, and like not having any real plans or anything like that. So
that's your fault for having faith in it.
Now I found out I'm the goofy bitch because he's not doing shit. How you sit in my face getting my hopes up when you know you're not going to do a goddamn thing, ugly ass nigga. I hate sounding like a brat. Actually, that's my favorite part. She called her own boyfriend ugly. Rude. I hate sounding like a brat who's throwing a fit over something as simple as a birthday, but I was just really excited that the people in my life and the person I love were going to do something for me. Now I'm upset with the lack of care and effort more than anything else. I know y'all going to say to break up with him, but
I don't want to say that.
But now I got to sit with my feelings all jacked up over my birthday and over a nigga that I really do love. I got my hopes up, and it sucks because had he been honest, I would have had no problem doing the usual nothing or just finding fun things to do as the day came. Feel like I'm being an ungrateful bitch. So I didn't read this as a question, because she literally did not include a question until the very end. It was one of those emails where people are just getting off their chest and then they put a question in so that it qualifies as a question. Because at the end she says, am I being an ungrateful bitch even though I'm not sure what I have to be ungrateful about because nobody did shit?
Sounds like you're excited. It sounds like you know how you feel.
I love this email because she's really like, this is my fault for having faith that niggas was going to do what the fuck they said they was going to do. Which is sad. That's why old girl is excited because the dyke she's with makes her come and listens to her. Because you can't even trust niggas to plan a birthday. Because you can't even trust niggas to plan your birthday party when they said they was going to plan
Yeah, no, he's foul for that.
That's fucked up.
I will say this. I learned last year that from now on, if I want to do anything like for my birthday, like big special thing for my birthday, I really have to take more initiative in getting it done myself. And that's no shade, because like a lot of the people in my life, the people who came to Barbados with me, like really came together to make sure that it was like great in the end. It was a bumpy road getting there. And that's all that I will say.
True.
But in the end, I wasn't really upset with anybody but me. Like, I just kept feeling like I knew. And here's the other thing. Like, I also don't really make a big deal about my birthday either. Like, I'm way more like into everybody else having fun on their birthday and doing whatever they want to. For me, it'll be like, my birthday is the end of November. It'll be like top of November. What you doing for your birthday? I don't know. And that's genuinely
right.
What I'm cool with.
I mean, and you love to be like, I don't care. No big deal.
Because I really don't.
Blah. And so if you say that to me, I'm going to be like, that nigga don't want to do nothing.
This is the thing.
Right.
Usually, I don't. But last year, first of all, I never said I didn't want to do anything.
That's true. I did not say that.
What it all ended up being was amazing and perfect. You know, it was what I wanted it to be from the beginning anyway. But I knew that I felt differently about last year because I was turning 30. Mm-hmm. So I knew I wanted to do something special. But I guess I was just kind of like, I want to do something fun and maybe tropical and, you know, that's it. And I left it at that. I really should have been more like specific in like what I wanted, how I wanted it, who, blah, 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 blah. I get though wanting to just like kick back and have everybody just make you like the greatest dream birthday or whatever. But not everybody is equipped to do that. Right. Not everybody is like, no one is psychic. So nobody can just give you exactly what you want. I understand being upset with that nigga because he, first of all, is your nigga.
He's your boyfriend.
And should have taken more effort.
Anybody you're in a relationship with, you shouldn't even, you have to make a big deal out of my birthday because it's my fucking birthday.
I don't have to.
So... No, you do. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to give a fuck about their birthday.
Define a big deal. Okay, see, he's just said two different things.
Okay, so it's,
give a fuck, yes.
No, when I say a big deal about my birthday, meaning you have to do something. You don't have to plan it with my friends. It might just be something that me and you do together.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have to do something for my birthday. You can't just, what you can't do is lie and tell me you throwing a party. Right. And what you really was going to do is just have everybody come over to the house Saturday at 5 and then walk me through the door 15
I don't think that you're wrong for feeling anything that you feel. I'm just saying for the future, if you know that you're a birthday girl, like you want to do fun things on your birthday, at least plant the seeds of what it is that you want. Especially, and then on top of that, you leaving niggas to be creative. Please.
I would say, just be a little bit more explicit with your friends. Like, hey, hoes, I do want to go out for my birthday this year so that everybody knows. I don't care who does the planning or whatever. But just, say, remember when we went and painted pictures and got high? That was fun.
I want to do something like that.
Or, something where we could drive go-karts and shoot paintballs at each other. I don't even know if you can do that. But something.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Don't that sound fun?
That sounds like Mario Kart.
That sounds... Okay,
you might have just invented something.
I think I just got an idea. But
I'm into it. All kinds of different paintball guns.
But this was funny to me because the nigga said he was going to do something.
That nigga lied.
And just
like he truly ain't shit for his actions. I'm just saying how you may be able to.
Like at this point, her birthday is like today or tomorrow. And so I hope your party came together, but I'm sorry if it didn't.
Ain't nothing worse than when you want to do something.
You've been with this nigga for over a year and he flopped on your birthday like this.
I'm not surprised. Niggas don't pay attention to what you like.
Trash. It's her fucking birthday.
You should be lucky if you remember the day.
I don't expect niggas to get nothing else right. Not Easter, not my mama's birthday, not even Christmas. I don't expect niggas to just nail it. But my birthday... So yeah, anyway, I did that and I passed it and I'm done.
All right, well, take this cough drop out.
Are you feeling any better?
No.
Damn.
All right, so I have two dumbasses to read this week. I will start with the full white one. That is a young dumbass by the name of Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul is a white child from the YouTube game. I believe he is like, if you've never heard of him, first of all, congratulations.
That's me. I had never heard. I still haven't Googled him.
Past that, well, the only reason I had heard of him is because his little brother was just in the news like sometime last year because he has like some house in Beverly Hills or had some house somewhere and put his public address, like he put his home address somewhere online.
Oh my God.
So had all his fans out there causing a ruckus and dancing on top of trucks and shit.
Oh my God.
So obviously all the neighbors. So
this runs in the family. Okay.
Like they look like they weren't raised to be shit. Their parents probably weren't shit. They don't look like they have any intention on ever being shit.
Gotcha.
Honestly, just like looking at them for 2 seconds, they look like the typical meathead dumbass jock in every coming of age teen drama, whether it's a comedy or whatever, that like doesn't know what 2 and 2 is, but can like possibly dribble a ball or make a touchdown or whatever.
Mess.
And they just plan on being dumb forever. Like that's how they look, but they just, I guess, they do shit on YouTube like blowing each other up and setting one another on fire and dumb jackass stuff. So they got a whole bunch of views.
I couldn't believe I'd never heard of this man. He has like millions of followers.
I was not surprised. That's how YouTube is.
Clue.
Vine too. Like all those websites will have like niggas who are, what I'm talking about, they are
famous.
Making, not only have millions of followers, they have millions of dollars.
Right.
Like, and never
whoever that pew 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 nigga is.
Oh, PewDiePie?
There you go.
I had only known who PewDiePie was because I'm a gamer. But he's also trash.
Well, I heard about that, but the like, reason that I heard about that is because everybody was like, he's like the most followed person on YouTube.
He is.
That's crazy.
And trash. So this dumbass decided that he would be among many of his white ancestors who have gone to distant countries only to act a fucking fool. So there is a place in Japan, I believe, at the base of Mount Fuji. It's a forest that I can't really remember the actual name of it, but it is nicknamed the Suicide Forest because of how many suicides have occurred there over the years.
Wow.
Now, when I tell you that I did minimal research on this place and was able to get I'd say like a fair understanding of why it happens, what it means to, Japanese people, their culture, what they're doing to prevent it, where the fucking place is, why it's so easy to kill yourself in there, why people think it's haunted, all that stuff. Just basic information that I am almost 1000% sure that Logan Paul and his friends did not do. They just heard that it was some creepy haunted shit and they figured, let's go there and do some shit for YouTube to make some more money. So
Lord.
At some point, when I'm assuming that Logan Paul strayed from the path, because I read that one of the things they constantly warn you to not do is stray from the path in the forest. Not to mention the way that the forest is just set up, like the way
it's
that
called forest, so therefore I'm not straying from the path.
And it's called the Suicide Forest. Why would I? Anyway. Mm-hmm.
In Zelda, if you wander off in the Lost Woods, you just get turned around forever. And you don't get to come back.
I cannot believe that you're making Zelda references just out of nowhere.
And they make sense.
So yeah, anybody who has any form of sense could read just a few little sentences about this place and would be like, oh, that just doesn't sound like any place I would just need to be. So of course, white people go there by like the dozens.
Right. Just buses full of them.
At some point, Logan Paul and friends found a dead body hanging from a tree somewhere in the forest. It reportedly must have been super recent. So this young man, I'm assuming, killed himself not too long before they found him.
That is really...
Keep in mind, this isn't like... It's not like Japan's, suicide Disney World. Like they don't just like be like, hey, come and look at like all of the,
you ever want to see people just dead? Come find.
It's like they actually have things in place to prevent people from doing that, including like signs along the path that are like, think of your kids, your life means something, et cetera, et cetera. So they're like actively as a government trying to prevent this from happening. Right. So this dumbass decided that he wanted to go to the haunted forest, although I'm sure he was the closest thing looking like a ghost in that bitch. And at some point comes across this body. Now, the average person would probably, leave and contact the authorities, stop whatever they are doing at that point to bring awareness to the fact that this is something that happened so that they can take his body down, find out who he is, who he belongs to, and take care of it. Logan Paul
something humane.
Yeah, something like that you would do if you had just like the smallest shred of appreciation and acknowledgement for like human life. Just anything. Logan Paul instead decided to film himself in this forest, including the corpse of the body, and commenting on it as people are in the background laughing at him and encouraging people to subscribe and follow. And then I think he tried to like stick in some like half-ass, fake-ass, suicide isn't a joke and whatever weird-ass fake PSA shit he tried to do.
So then why is this in your video?
Why is this in your video? How did this get onto YouTube? Why did you think that this person who you do not know, whose family you do not know, would have just been super cool with you making a viral video out of them killing themselves? And then you wanted to turn around after you got the flack that you deserved, you got the bashing and the fire that your ass deserved, and wanted to say, I'm so sorry, and you ran to whatever faucet.
Oh yeah, his iOS press release.
First he did it was like, we just want to see the haunted aspect of whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he put out like a video that I watched, like a few seconds of it, because he was crying. Like, when I tell you, like, he's trying the hardest to muster up a tear, like...
Oh, he didn't feel no type of sadness.
You didn't. And the reason I know that you did and you never planned on doing like your actions in that situation, let me know everything I need to know about you. And that is you're a piece of shit. Period. Because I just don't like, how could you, what? Like that's some shit that you do at like Halloween Horror Nights or something where the body's fake. And you're just like, oh my God, the budget is real lit this year in Orlando. Like you really are in a place where you know that this happens because that's the whole reason that you brought your dumb Caucasian ass over here. Right. And then you found an actual dead body, which for most people would be incredibly sad and incredibly terrifying and probably traumatic. Like I know I would need like an extra dose of therapy that week.
Right. It would fuck me up to see something like that. Even if this is like a known place where people do that, I just feel like my spirit would be unsettled at the fact that like I just walked past a spot where somebody had committed suicide not too long before. Like nothing about that makes me say, you know what? Now's a great time to go on Instagram Live.
We just pull out the camera.
But it wasn't even live is the thing. Maybe if you were just there and so overcome by how crazy it was, it would have made a little bit of sense. Not really. But you filmed it and then what? Took it home, edited it a few times. Like you had to have watched this video before you posted it to your YouTube account. Like it just at no point did you think this is a bad idea.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even be surprised if he didn't. I wouldn't even be surprised if he filmed all that from his phone and then uploaded it to YouTube directly from there. But what I will say is he would never have felt bad or any fake regret or anything like that if he didn't get flamed for it. Right. Because that is like, I cannot imagine how you did that and still hit the upload button, even if it was just in a matter of 30 seconds or so and felt like, yeah, this makes sense. Like,
why would you do that?
Imagine.
I just don't get it.
This is usually what you have to do to like people in elementary school. But let's put your feet in that person's shoes or in the shoes of their loved ones. How would you feel if somebody that you cared about commit suicide, hung themselves up in a forest? God only knows if you didn't find them, who would have found them and when.
Right.
And that somebody who did find you or your loved one decided to make a YouTube video out of it so that they could get some money and sell some t-shirts and clicks and all that other stuff.
Like, off of your dead relative's body.
Your relative's body became just clickbait.
Right.
How would you fucking feel about that? You stupid, dumb, fucking piece of shit. How would you feel? Ain't you tired of white people going to other people's countries and fucking up? Like, I know that the Ball family just did that, but they half white anyway.
I'm so weary. I feel like it's just a matter of time for other countries are like, white people may not come over here.
Just stay.
White Americans have to stay right over there with Trump because y'all come over here and act a fucking goddamn fool.
Like, do you be on the flight over thinking,
you put somebody's dead body in your YouTube video? That's a real person who had a real life.
Furthermore, you have millions of followers on YouTube and somehow don't know that that's against the YouTube guidelines. Like, even if it wasn't just a shit thing to do, you still couldn't put that fucking video up there because you can't have people's dead ass bodies on YouTube, you fucking maniac. Especially when you have all of these followers and it would only take 2 of them bitches to be like, so hey, no.
Right.
Like, for
it don't
YouTube,
take long for them to report your video and have it down. But it's people like you that make YouTube have to have a rule like no dead bodies in your videos in the first place. It's people like you. The problem is somebody else has already done it. Somebody else has already done something just as ignorant as this. So I saw the story. I saw people being very upset about it. And I said, I'm not even going to look up this white boy because I read the apology and whatever, and it sounded like trash. I read the synopsis of what he did, and that was enough. It's bad enough.
So fuck him. And last but not least, I will say fuck you to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is... I only know him because he allegedly dated or went on a date with Rihanna at one point. But he drives cars. Like, he's one of those speed racer.
I'm just going to have to Google it.
It's not NASCAR. It's the fast cars.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, we can go to hell now.
Oh, no. What'd he do?
So...
MBE. Oh, Formula One.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. So he's one of those. And over Christmas break, he posted a video of his nephew on Instagram Live.
He is fast.
When I tell you that, like, disappointed is not even the word.
God damn.
Because, yes, he is quite attractive.
Every time I'm sorry, it's like distracting. Let me hear what terrible thing he did so I can stop having a crush.
So he started the video or the clip or whatever by saying, I'm so sad right now. And the thing is, he genuinely looked like somebody stole his puppy right from out of his hands. Then he puts his nephew, who looks like he may be 3, 4. Oh, maybe.
Oh, no.
Puts him up on Instagram, and the boy is wearing like one of those little princess dresses that people be having their kids in at Denny's and shit.
Oh, okay.
So he's, matter of fact, I'll just play it.
Oh, no.
Why are you wearing a princess dress? Is this what you got for Christmas? Why did you ask for a princess dress for Christmas? Boys don't wear princess dresses!
So that's the whole video.
Really?
So he asked, well, why did you ask for a princess dress for Christmas? And I'm pretty sure the response from the child was, because I like it. Like, I could hear it because he's yelling over him. But it's
can
like,
you see this dress, nigga?
Like,
bad bitch. It's gorgeous.
Like, hello, garment. Of course, he also issued some whack-ass, fake-ass, dumbass apology for it. But then went on a liking spree of a whole bunch of tweets that were defending him, saying that he shouldn't have to apologize and he shouldn't submit to, PC nonsense and whatever the fuck else. So it's like, nigga, you know that we can see that too, right? Like, you're better off just not saying anything. So I would like to say Lewis Hamilton could go fuck himself, because we have talked about like this type of thing on the show a million fucking times. Like, children are children. Period. This is not even your child. This is your nephew. So really what he got on his back ain't even your motherfucking business or responsibility.
I wore it because I wanted to.
He fucking wanted it. Shout out to his mama or whoever actually purchased the damn dress for him. Right. Because he said that that's what he wanted. It would be nothing for this 3-year-old, 4-year-old, however this toddler is, to end up being a 15-year-old who's wearing, jeans and whatever the fuck it is that you think boys are supposed to wear. Lumberjack button downs and whatever, because he's a fucking kid. Much like tiny babies, male and female, will walk around the house in their mom's high heels, because they're looking at all the other shoes that are flat to the ground and thinking, well, what is this elevated nonsense? That
Why wear something boring
then,
when you could wear this?
that looks like a ride. Like, what's that about? I would like to experience. Doesn't mean that your son's going to be gay or wants to wear women's shoes. He's a fucking baby. Like, he is just interested in why the fuck his shoes don't have these long ass towers in the back and how that works. Like, what?
And it makes sense.
It does. I don't even understand how, like, it's so many of you straight homophobic ass niggas who have pictures somewhere in your Meemaw house doing the exact same shit or smearing your mama lipstick across your face because you just find it interesting. You're a kid. Everything is interesting to you.
Right.
Lipstick, high heels, high fructose corn syrup, the wind, snow, like go-karts,
Yes.
anything.
Electricity, all of it.
The taste you can fucking see. Everything is just interesting to you niggas. Why does Rice Krispies talk back to me and no other cereal does? Mama, explain it to me. Like, let that fucking kid be a kid. And even if he ends up a gay boy or transgender or whatever the fuck it is that you think that he may be or could
Whatever
be, because
you're so scared of.
that would just be the worst fucking possible thing he could be. Like, A, ain't none of your fucking business. And B, it's better him be gay or transgender than be a fucking ignorant ass bigot running into the faces of children, spewing hatred and anger and antiquated fuckery in their faces to make them feel weird about themselves and insecure or feel like there's something wrong with them just because he likes a dress. Like, what? It's like...
And you yelling at him, talking about you so disappointed or heartbroken away. He's just a child.
Not to mention, I'm looking in the background of the video, and I don't want to guess because I don't know, but there's a baby who looks like a baby girl who I'm just assuming may be like his sister or some other, child in the family.
Right.
There's Mama has on fairy wings at the moment, right behind him. So there's a good chance that she's walking around in princess dresses and he's just like North. Like, I want one too. Like, whatever, me too. Whatever she got, I want one too. Like, let kids be kids. Let them be children and leave all of that weird, jaded, beat down, horrible bullshit that's going on in your brain. Let that be your motherfucking business. And let these kids express their imagination and love. Because like I said, he could grow into being whatever boring ass cisgender straight boy that you want him to be.
He probably is.
Probably is, actually.
Right.
But would hopefully then, because he was allowed to express himself and see that there's nothing wrong with just thinking a piece of fabric looks good, that he can then, when he does have his own kids or nieces and nephews, express that like love and common sense shit to them too, rather than saying this ignorant shit. I could look right at Lewis Hamilton's face and say, well, boys don't wear nose rings or have softly arranged hair. You have both of those things.
You could.
So
just like that.
Just like many niggas probably would.
Right. That's like you don't.
And you're a full adult.
I don't understand acting like this, especially towards your own blood. Like, that's your nephew and you just gonna be a dick for no good reason. Like, he clearly likes the fucking dress. You trying to shit on a 4-year-old's happiness right now?
Who are you, Joe Biden?
The misery has to radiate off you for you to be like, I see happy children.
You have
Stop
to be
it.
an angry bitch to be looking at this child's face like, how dare you?
What a waste of somebody fine. Ugh.
And in pleasant company, because there's many dumbass fine niggas just like that. Many of y'all listen to this right next to
it's right. I was going to say, this is, sadly, I feel like this is most niggas that I know. They would probably react in this same way, and they would consider themselves otherwise like fairly progressive and not homophobic or anything like that, but it's just a line of some shit you can't do, and having your son in a dress is just something that you can't do or you're not gonna be okay with or whatever. And it's just like, those ideas and thoughts that you have don't exist in a vacuum. They don't just exist in your mind, and you expressing them in a hateful way towards somebody who is just chilling and being he's a baby. You're not gonna tell me that there's any justification for hollering at a child.
I just don't buy it.
It just isn't right. And what do you want him to feel bad for? You think I'm gonna shame him out of liking the dress? It's a badass dress. I look good.
And accessorized because it's got the scepter. Everything is in place. Like, leave this kid alone.
And why can't little boy, he probably likes whatever the fuck movie that princess came out of. Or maybe it's a book, or who knows? Like, maybe he just enjoys playing dress up and it's just a thing that he does. I know we let little girls copy off boys and have male role models and want to aspire to be like men all the time. But let a little boy do something as innocent as being like, yes, there are sparkles and glitter on this and it is gorgeous. And I'm getting a wand also, bitch. Where's my tiara to complete my look? Is this the worst thing your child can do? Really? This has devastated you?
Some of you fuck niggas need like a seminar or some shit that you just go and sit down.
What are you so afraid of?
Expel the hate from your fucking body.
Do you think your 4-year-old has some crazy sexuality? Like, is your 4-year-old on Grindr or something? What are you worried about? Like, what are you projecting this nonsense onto this toddler for? That's what I don't get. But, niggas gon' nig.
Well, so that's, just a mighty fuck you to him and way to let us down.
So sexy. I met him just now hearing about him because on Google, I'm like, well, damn, he's a fine one. All right, Rihanna.
Robin Fenty is the only reason I ever heard of this nigga.
Well, all right. Fuck him. I guess that wraps up the read for this week. So make sure you follow us on social media at This Is The Read. Check out our website, thisistheread.com. Any news this week, Kid Fury?
Nothing I can think of. We're just diving into this new year and just... yeah. Hope we make it. Through the literal storm.
Because Donald Trump and Steve Bannon are going at it right now.
I saw. What if he makes it through like 4 years of the presidency just arguing about the fact that he shouldn't be president?
No, I won't believe that. Robert Mueller needs to come through before the first half of this year's up and get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I don't really.
This nigga talking about his button bigger than North Korea's button.
I saw that too. I really don't think he's going to make it through 4 years.
What are we going to make it through 4 years?
I didn't think he was going to make it through one. So
we didn't think he was going to get elected at all. People love to be like, I go back to 2015,
but that's not because we don't have sense or can't predict things that should be sensible. It is mostly because white Republicans would rather, you know what I'm saying, keep their feet on everybody's necks and try and just squeeze whatever they can get out of this bitch,
right?
Than just do what's right for literally everybody.
Right. My problem is that I thought white people were always going to pick America over anything else, but they don't. No. They don't do that. So we'll just see if we make it. I, too, am just glad to be here in 2018. So
even with the flu.
All right. Do we have an acronym this week, or are we just going to...
You know what? I don't have an acronym this week, but I just want to say that now that we are into January 2018, new year, first week of the new year. At this point for me, it's really just all a countdown to Black Panther coming out.
Okay. That's real.
After that, I don't really know what else is going on. And our live show at the Apollo was that same weekend too.
Yeah. And then...
So I'm probably going to go... My plan is to go to the iPic on the first night that it comes out. I'm going to get one of those like pods that seats 2 people at the iPic. And I'm going to get one seat is for me. And 1 seat will be for the Hennessy I'm sneaking in. Because I feel like that's just like the.
No, you have to be drunk.
I mean, obviously. No, and they serve liquor there, but I mean, my liquor of choice.
Right. No. Do they have Hennessy at their bar? I kind of doubt it. This is so classy, though. Ooh, but going all the way to Brooklyn for the movies.
Who told you there's what?
Oh, never mind. This says Fulton
It's right down the street.
Oh, huh. Oh, coming all the way down here for the movies. Shit.
Or going across the bridge to the one in Jersey.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, we will see you guys next week. Try to stay warm out there.